What's happening? This is the first time we actually- Alright, when we last left off... yeah, so last time we left off, Maya has been accused of a second murder of Crazy Lot. So not only is she being accused of, Trust in Me, she is being accused of Crazy Lot's murder with the same weapon. So we went and investigated, and we found out that he was killed while he was praying, apparently. He was stabbed in the spine with the dagger, in the prayer ground. So I'm very confused of how nobody noticed until like 2-3 days later. Cause no! Apparently like the scarf was covering it, but still nobody noticed until everyone got up from praying and they're like, huh, this guy's really devoted on praying. Hey, should we get him up? Yeah, let's try! And they try to wake him up and they just see the knife sticking out of his back. It's like in his spine. And he has like a weird peach tattoo on his neck. But it's revealed that both him and Trust in Me are definitely rebels. We also found a picture of Maya with Crazy Lot, Trust in Me, and Believe in Me. And Believe, I think, is the one who murdered her husband and is the one that is being Lady Kira. Not Kira. Kira. Lady Kira. We also learned Lady Kira's real name. My mic decided it didn't like the thing. Wait a second. Wait a second. My mic fell. Ah! No, 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 no. Don't do that. The clamp decided to fall off. Ah! Oh no! It's all falling apart! Ah! Ah! I think I moved the mic around too much. It fell off. This fell in my lap. What the heck? Oh, frick, I dropped the clamp. No! Okay, give me a second. Everything's falling apart. Oh no, oh no. This desk does not like my mic. That's another thing. The clamp just fell off of my mic. My mic is currently laying on my desk while I'm trying to fix this. Should be more careful with the mic, but no. Yeah, my mic does not like the desk. Of course I have stuff like that happen. Okay, it's nice and secure now. I'm gonna have to check that now every time I stream. Okay. You still hear me? Yeah, you're thinking about Edgeworth's fanfiction. Okay, yeah, this desk has like curved edges and my mic doesn't like being on curved edges. So every time I stream, I'm gonna have to check to make sure that it still likes the curved edge at least for a little bit. Okay, I think I fixed it. It should stay, hopefully. And the cat is still asleep. Okay, yeah. Point being, we found evidence and we found blood in the secret hideout. And I think that's where Crazy Lot was actually killed. Let's just get into it because I just had a very bad interaction with my mic. Okay, the right of turnabout. I'm glad it's still working. This thing traveled across the world, so... It's a really good mic, too. I don't want it to break. May 12th, 9:34 a.m. High Court of Curane Accused Lobby. Oh, also, after this, I am going to play, Ace Attorney Chronicles. I saw that the, Edgeworth Miles, files... Miles files? What? Yeah, it kind of, like, takes place in an old-timey, I don't know. Yeah, the Ace Attorney Chronicles. Yeah. That's like a third game, and then the next one I'll play is the Miles Files. Oh, is it just the Great Ace Attorney? Why am I calling it Chronicles then? Why does it say Chronicles? I am 100% sure it says Chronicles. Yeah, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. That's what it says. Is that an Irish dude? What the frick? Okay. But I did see that the Edgeworth spin-off games, are on Steam right now. I don't know. I saw a weird picture of the dude that was wearing all green and had red hair. So, that's all I know. But I did see that came out, but I won't be able to get it until I start actually earning money, because I only have a little bit of money to my name right now, and that is mostly for emergencies. So, until I can get a job, I won't be able to buy the Miles Edgeworth stuff. But, yeah, I saw a picture of an Irish dude when I was looking at the Chronicles. Anyway, back to this. Hi. Why have you dragged me into this? Why don't you just reveal you can freaking... everything would be better if you can just reveal that you're a spirit medium. Please, just do it. I know it might be culturally insensitive, but it might save your ass. Please. Yeah, I guess. I might be able to recognize the Irish dude. Mia looks exhausted, but I can't blame her. I'd be exhausted too if I was gonna accidentally murder one of my friends. Nick, I was thinking about it all day yesterday. I never properly asked you to defend me, did I? It doesn't matter. I'm on this case till the bitter end, even though I don't want to. Please, please find a loophole so I can leave this country and leave you behind. Please. I don't want to help you. I want you to finally die and leave me alone. I know. That's why I wanted to officially ask you for your help. Yes. Even on the other side of the country, after being on the flight for 17 hours, I still hate Maya. You got it, Maya. Let's do this. You gotta wrap this up and get back home so you can make your dream show come true. Dream show? What? The Steel Samurai versus the Blunt Punisher, right? Oh, right, I forgot about that. You bet! You look as if you did not sleep last night, Barted. It is written all over your face. How can you expect to put up a respectable defense like that? Oh, trust me. Sleep deprivation never stopped me before. I'm all fired up and raring to go! I guess Mia's not the only one looking exhausted. Rifa doesn't seem in the best spirits herself. Go ahead. Feign confidence now while you are still able. For I will see to it that your last rites are read to you this day. Okay. Guess it was just my imagination. Ready, Nick? I'm ready for you to die and leave me alone, please. Okay, Maya. Let's head on in. May 12th. High Court of Kirin. Hello, dear judge. Been a minute, hasn't it? Like, what, a month? We had like a month recess since the last one. I forgot I was wearing the lobster costume!
Now then, if everyone is ready.
I forgot I was wearing this. The defense is ready, Your Majesty. The prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay. I don't remember how I originally made him sound.
Oh, no prayers this time, Prosecutor Samadi.
I already offered my prayers for the latest victim during the visit to the crime scene. Oh, we also learned this dude is brothers with Apollo. This dude is the biological son of Daruk, and Apollo is his adopted brother. That's how he knows Apollo. What happened to you that you not only betrayed your biological father, but your adopted brother as well? What happened? Belike the accused has already been found guilty of the first murder. Let us hasten this trial, so we may put this dead lawyer walking out of his misery.
I could not agree more. In yesterday's trial, the accused was already found guilty of murdering the High Priest.
Because all of you decide you're stupid. Yes, all of you decide you're stupid, yes. That's clearly what happens.
And today, she will be tried for the murder of his disciple, Praise the Lord. Now then, Prosecutor Samadi, your opening statement, if you would.
Can someone please explain the peach tattoo that was on the back of Praise the Lord's neck, real quick? Is that one of your, like, age face tattoos? Or, positions? Certainly. The accused has now slain two of the most devout clergymen in Curinism. Even the lowest level of hell, the hell of tickling, would not be punishment enough.
Then, what terrible fate awaits her?
What the frick is that word? Balagilpoku? Balakaponku? Balakapoku in hell, a realm of eternal agony. There she will suffer the endless punishment of Jagar by the gallon of Pulmotin. Pulmotin? Furthermore, Galajama.
Enough already! Enough! Enough! Please, I can't say these words!
Yeah, I said it correct in my own head, especially since this is a made-up country and made-up words that I don't know how to say!
My blood runs cold at the mere thought that such a terrible place exists.
I was going to ask for a translation, but on second thought, ignorance is bliss. Please, please don't bring up those weird words again.
Now then, please continue. Minus the part about the terrible hell awaiting the accused.
As you wish. The victim of the heinous crime was the high priest's disciple, Pt27. He had been training under the high priest while living at the priest's home.
I had met him a number of times, and he seemed like an earnest young man. How tragic that he met such a terrible end.
Yeah, that's how he died.
The murder occurred at the Plaza of Devotion during the purification rite. It was a bold crime carried out while the plaza was full of the faithful deep in prayer. The morbid dagger was found impaled in the victim's upper back. The stabbing caused a spinal cord injury that killed him instantly.
The morbid dagger. The Akira's weapon of choice.
We have already established that the accused prints were on the weapon. Incredibly damning evidence in itself.
No! I didn't do it!
Objection!
Hold your tongue, vile woman.
I know he didn't say that. He would never say that. I just had to.
Now, being that the accused, Maya Fey, is a serial killer.
This is her second murder charge. What are you talking about? The serial killer thing, it's double homicide at the most. Why are you calling... because they already called her Lady Kira, and they believe Lady Kira is the one who killed the priest to begin with. And her prints are on the weapon, and because she's Lady Kira, it makes only sense that she's the one who murdered both the priest and his disciple. Clearly. How is that correct? It's 2 homicides. I think the time it turns into a serial killer if it's 3, and she does it in the worst methods possible, like she takes a trophy or something. That's what I define as a serial killer. Wait. Okay, yeah, I can see the serial killer now, since they're calling her Lady Kira, and they believe that she is both desecrating a god, essentially, while at the same time killing her disciples. So that makes sense now. Okay, I can see the serial killer.
The prosecution believes that the death penalty is the only possible sentence.
Would the defense care to respond?
The accused is innocent, and nothing can convince me otherwise. After all, the crime scene was packed with worshippers. How could my client possibly have committed the murder without a single witness?
The accused's fingerprints are on the murder weapon alone is enough to render a verdict. As such, I see no need to debate this any further.
But...
Well, once her benevolence conducts her seance, it will be clear for all to see.
Your Majesty, might I have a word?
There's something the matter, Prosecutor Samadi.
It is about the divination seance.
That's enough!
What? Oh, hi, Rafa.
Your benevolence.
Stop right there, Prosecutor Samadi.
As you wish. Forgive me for overstepping my bounds.
What? Wait, are we just gonna see the ground the whole time with his seance? I mean, unless we see something else. We'll see. What was that all about?
Barbed Head, have you made peace with your fate?
For this time, the divination seance will bring you to your knees. I'm ready, and I accept your challenge. The only problem is, I have no weapons at my disposal. Our only hope now is that we can glean from the seance vision and Rafa's insights.
Very well. The divination seance, if you please, your benevolence.
Yes. Let us begin. Nana.
What? Oh, right. I forgot about her coming up and stealing your clothes.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
It's been a few months since we last saw this. I'm so confused what that word is on her back. Why is that? When was that tattooed on? When she was like born or something? Those like tattoos are just paint that they put on every day. Because if it's the tattoo, when did she get the tattoo? This is the same as all the other times. I don't think anything's changed at all for this. I don't know, I feel like every once in a while it might change a bit. But I guess it is for a seance, so she wouldn't try to change anything. So I'm guessing they just made like one animation, put it in every trial for the seance, huh? Here we go. What? Is there nothing? I don't get it. Why wasn't there anything to see?
Your benevolence. Warn the world?
I was unable to invoke any sort of response. I called out the spirit's name many times, but to no avail.
It's probably not his real name. Oh, frick, I messed up my mic. It's probably not his real name, though.
Just as I thought.
Wait. What does he know that we don't? It's not his real name!
I had sought to confirm the contents of today's divination seance. After all, it is customary for the prosecutor to verify it beforehand. Come to think of it, I must go perform a divination seance for Parazelot. It is our custom for the prosecution to review its contents before a trial begins.
Which I feel like is unfair, but okay.
And that is why I sought to stop her benevolence from performing it here. However, she insisted that it be done. She wished to try one more time here in the Hall of Justice.
It would appear her benevolence is tired from her manifold duties.
I am not anything of the sort! The victim's spirit will not answer my call. But I know not why.
It's not his real name.
It is my sacred duty to convey the truth through the divination seance.
It's not his real name. Rafa.
What are we to do without a divination seance?
I suppose I shall have to deliver the last rites without them. The prosecution has already taken that into account in preparing for today. I'm fully capable of proving the accused's guilt, with or without a divination seance.
You never fail to impress Prosecutor Samadi.
This is bad. The divination seance was my one and only hope. Your Majesty, her benevolence said she isn't tired. So, shouldn't we try to find out why the divination seance failed? Yeah, no one would think of that.
How curious, Mr. Wright. Why have you suddenly taken such a keen interest in the divination seance?
Yes, explain yourself. The divination seance is for shedding light on the accused's crimes. It is the Holy Mother's hammer of wrath that has ever poised to pound you into your grave. You should fear it, not plead for it. I believe in my clients. Plus, yesterday, somebody told me something that changed my mind. The divination seance was once thought of as just another piece of evidence. If we were to correctly interpret the visions through careful analysis, then they would lead us to the truth behind what really happened. And the truth will show that my client, Maya Fey, is innocent. The truth is, you don't have anything else to fall back on, huh, Nick?
Maya, please. You're not helping. Can you please go burn your face in that incense thing over there? Please. Please just... Or put duct tape over your mouth or something. Ah!
How dare you? The voice of a Marima is to be feared, not utilized by vile lawyers such as you!
Seances exact a heavy toll upon the royal priestess. It would be best not to burden her any further. Or does the defense feel that I can pose no counter-arguments without the seance?
No, of course not! You saw right through me. I'll have to find a way to make the divination seance happen. Or we're toast.
Well, since the divination seance is not possible at this time, I see no other choice. Let us proceed with the trial without the seance, as Prosecutor Samadi suggested.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Why, I will not forget this barbed head. This will not be the last you see of me.
Bye. I know it won't be. We're not done with the game yet.
Now then, I will now proceed by providing an outline of the case at hand.
Very well. If the lead detective would please come to the stand, we may begin.
Emma! Yeah, well, how old is she? That's the question.
No, you don't want her falling in love!
Don't fall in love with Phoenix, please! No, we can't do that. That's not even the age of consent in Japan. Wait a second. No. Hi. Sorry, Mr. Wright.
Detective Sky, I understand how you would wish to save the accused and the defense. They are your friends, after all. But you must let them go and move on. Friendship has no purpose here, no place here. Forget all of it.
But
there is only one way to save them now. By giving their souls the chance to burn away the taint of their sins in the eternal flames.
Oh, I can't do this.
Huh! No eating in the sacred hall of justice.
You can't blame her. Miss Sky. Yes? Don't worry about me and Nick. You just do your job. I'm sure Nick will figure something out. Eventually. Right. Thanks, Miss Faye.
I'm trying to remember what voice I gave Emma.
I'm very brave for a criminal with a tainted soul. Very well, Detective Sky. Please proceed.
Okay, I can do this. Let me start with an overview of this case.
Oh, I think I found it. There we go.
Witness testimony. Overview of the second murder.
The latest victim was Perezalot. He had been training under the High Priest and living at his house for the past 2 years. The High Priest's widow, Believe in Me, has identified the victim's body. He may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed due to his connection to the High Priest.
Can somebody explain the peach tattoo?
I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. Would the defense care to respond?
Yeah, what about the peach tattoo? Isn't that supposed to tell you what the real names are?
I didn't spot any inconsistencies in her testimony so far. I don't have any evidence in my arsenal.
Are we sure? What about the dang peach tattoo? What about that thing? I feel like that's evidence. And also, I can make everyone go blind here with the Tome of Secrets. Can I do that?
What am I going to do now? What is it, Maya?
I was just wondering about how much the police actually looked into Acolyte Zealot. Because it just might prove to be the key as to why the divination seance failed.
What are you getting at?
Well, it's just a hunch.
Wait a second. During my investigation, Rifa told me about how the divination seance works. If I could figure out why it failed, maybe she could try it again.
Okay, time to press for some more info. Information. Info. Same thing. The cat's still asleep.
Overview of the second murder.
The latest victim was Perezalot.
Hold it!
Are we sure that's his real name? What kind of person was Acolyte Zealot?
According to the neighbors and others who knew him, he was a deeply devout youth.
I, too, have heard his name mentioned as one who was fervent practitioner. I suppose you might say he was the High Priest's star disciple.
Furthermore, he had been training under the High Priest, living at his house for the past 2 years.
Hold it!
2 years? Are you sure about that?
He took statements from his neighbors and his fellow monks. They all collaborated on our initial findings.
What about you, Maya?
Well, when I first came here, I saw Zealot praying under the High Priest's instruction.
I see. So the results of the police investigation seem to check out.
The High Priest, widow Believe in Me, has identified the victim's body.
Hold it!
Was Miss Emmy's positive ID the only way you verified the identity of the victim?
Huh? Well, no. We also checked the ID card he carried and the data in his family registry. But
what?
His personal information didn't match any of the public records we cross-referenced.
Maybe that's why the divination seance failed.
I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Wright.
Different name. Here's what I'm thinking. Perezalot is the fake name. The victim decided to hide his identity for some reason. In other words, he was using a fake name. The royal priest uses a deceased face and true name to summon their spirit.
Why, yes. Yes. That is indeed true.
If he was using a forged ID, and there was no mention of him in our public records, then he was likely an illegal immigrant. They are not uncommon here in Hurain.
An illegal immigrant? Come to think of it, Rifa mentioned something about immigrants yesterday.
If that's the case, we have no way of knowing who he really is. We'll have to proceed without holding a divination seance this time.
I had always thought the Acolyte Zealot was Curadese. Oh, how the High Priest must be lamenting his disciples' deception in the Twilight Realm. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think? Should we add this to the testimony?
Yes. This is an important fact. Please add it to the testimony. That's a fake name.
It would seem to be a fact most inconvenient for the defense. If you insist, Detective Sky, please add what you said to your testimony.
Yes, Your Majesty. He was an illegal immigrant, so we don't know his real name.
Hold it!
How do we know that, though? Isn't there some way to track down his real name?
No, not if he was an illegal immigrant.
Have you actually confirmed that he was in Curine illegally?
Well, we don't have any conclusive evidence. But there's also no evidence of him being a citizen of Curine either.
Oh boy. Now what do we do?
What if there was a clue in the evidence he gathered?
That's probably our only hope at this point. If he really was an illegal immigrant, our proverbial goose is probably cooked.
He may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed due to his connection to the High Priest.
Hold it!
Maya's the league hero who's been going around capturing rebels.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but
Objection!
The verdict has already handed down in the previous trial. It is no longer a point of dispute, and I will not allow you to make it so.
But
no ifs, ands, and most of all, no buts. The accused was posing as Lady Kira, and she killed Acolyte Sealot because she mistakenly believed him to be a rebel.
that's not true! I'm sorry. The verdict has already been read in that case. I'd assume that it's fact now.
Now what do we do? Now I know why the divination seance failed, but...
Nothing's really changed.
Yeah, which means we're in big trouble.
If he really was an illegal immigrant, it's going to be real hard to find out his real name.
I guess our only choice is to give up on the whole divination seance thing. If only there was some way to find out the victim's real name. Like the peach tattoo! Peach tattoo! Peach! Peach! Peach tattoo! Peach tattoo! Peach, peach, peach tattoo.
Objection!
Sorry, Detective Sky. But the police missed something important in their investigation.
Huh? Oh, what are you talking about?
The victim was undeniably a Curinese native. And this crime scene photo proves it, with the peach on his neck!
It does.
It's a little hard to see, but look closely. You'll see clear proof that the victim was Curinese.
Where? I don't see anything that would prove that.
This proves the victim was Curinese. The dagger in his back. No, it's clearly here.
Take that!
The peach! Look at the tattoo right here.
Why, that's a tattoo of a peach?
I would like you all to think about the meaning of this tattoo.
Oh, the victim really liked peaches?
Well, peaches are a favorite delicacy here in Curine.
They happen to be a personal favorite of mine. Good to know that you like peaches, okay? The sweetness of their abundant nectars and the softness of their perfectly ripe flesh. They are a blessing from the Holy Mother herself.
Nick, I've suddenly got a craving for peaches.
You have a craving for everything. Can you just throw your stomach out at the very least, please? After the trial, Maya. Right now we have bigger fish to fry. Unfortunately, that is not a tattoo of a peach. It is not a peach, you say? Then what is it? Take a closer look. Haven't you seen something like that before? Namely, the tattoo on the High Priest's brow?
Oh my.
What?
This mark is only borne by members of the Curanese clergy.
Objection.
So, that's what you believe it to be. But are you not uttering different shapes?
Sure, they're shaped differently, but there's a reason for that. The victim had the peach-shaped tattoo inked over an existing tattoo for some reason. However, the dark red portion is exactly the same as the mark all Curanese clergy bear. Hey, you're right!
Until about 20 some odd years ago, everyone did get one, didn't they? I myself bear one on my right buttocks.
That is entirely too much information, Your Majesty.
Why'd you have to tell us about that? Information on everyone who enters the clergy is maintained at the temple. All we have to do is look up a monk with a mark in the same spot.
I'm on it. I'll let you know if I get any hits.
That will not be necessary if you seek information on the clergy. I have it all right here.
Oh my! You never cease to amaze. So, tell us if is there anyone who fits the bill?
There is just one. His name is Real Nemu.
Real name? Is that really his real name? Real name?
Real Nemu.
Real name. Of course. His real name's real name.
He became a monk 20 years ago.
Then that must be the victim's real name.
But why would he have tried to cover up his tattoo with another one?
Yeah.
There must have been some reason.
Nick, that's not important right now. The important thing is we know his real name.
You're right. Your Majesty, now that we know the victim's real name, the divination seance might finally work.
A lawyer who willingly seeks a seance. This is entirely unprecedented.
You are but digging your own grave, Defense.
We won't know that until we try. Sure, it's risky. That's our only hope.
Very well. Let the divination seance be held once more.
Question, if he... Why? Okay. I'm still reeling by the fact that he told us he has a tattoo on his right buttocks. Why is it there? And I want to know what the tattoo is, but I don't at the same time. Why did you have to tell us that? Why? Okay, divination seance time.
Why would the lawyer work so hard to see the divination seance be held once more? You are a fool, Barthead. Your foolishness shall yield no gratitude from me.
For with the truth revealed by my insights, I shall gladly seek your demise.
Bring it on, princess. I did not need to say it like that, because I will correctly interpret each and every one of your insights.
You will regret ever thinking you could use my secret insights as evidence.
I mean, that's what they were originally meant to be. Before you guys started killing lawyers.
Oh, Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
We're doing this again.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped.
We're doing this again.
O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
I guess she calls their name off screen. Maybe. It's a good thing you didn't put your clothes back on, so Nana didn't have to come back out. Here we go again. What's this dance supposed to be? Like her... I know she's like calling on the soul to see their final thoughts and memories, but... Why? Oh, we're getting something. Why hasn't Mia possessed Mega in a bit? Why hasn't Mia done that? It might solve a few problems if you do that, Mia. I know you're watching. Is it his real name? Is real name his real name? Oh, here we go. King Gale. Plume Punisher theme. Heavy. Heavy? What's heavy? The rock? Pain. I know what that rock is.
Oh my. It is just as Mr. Wright surmised. Praise the light wasn't the victim's true name. And now at last, we have seen the victim's final moments.
But all we could see was the ground. It wasn't the ground, it was the stone slab in the secret area.
You seem terribly disappointed. I take it you did not find any fodder for one of your infamous turnabouts. I, on the other hand, have discovered something. Conclusive evidence that establishes the accused's guilt.
You did?
A most surprising surprise attack. So, tell us, Prosecutor Marty, what is this conclusive evidence you have found?
The Plume Punisher theme song that the deceased heard. Please consider this item here. It is confiscated from the accused during her interrogation.
Hey! That's my Plume Punisher strap! Please shut up.
When you press the Magatama on the Plumed Princess Punisher's belt,
Ah!
it seems the accused inadvertently pressed the button on in the midst of her crime.
How?
The strap is an extremely rare item. Is it not, Miss Faye?
You better not break it. There's only one of those in the whole wide world. Maya, no! You idiot!
It is just as I said. Your nights of fancy have came crashing down on you.
She sure seems to be enjoying this. Yeah. I've never seen her look so thrilled before either.
It is time to accept the fact that the divination seance is far more than mere evidence. It is the very truth that brings the hammer of justice down upon the accused.
That is as conclusive as evidence can get. Now then, if there are no further objections.
Objection!
I do have an objection. That's a stone, not the floor. Slow down there, Your Majesty. At least let me make a counter-argument.
What's this? Do you take issue with the divination seance?
Oh, I have issues with it. I just don't know what they are yet. Okay. I have issues That is not the ground, that's a stone! But that's never stopped me before. I also have another issue, and it's standing right next to me. The divination seance is not the absolute truth. It only becomes the truth after it's been interpreted correctly.
You do not know when you are beaten, do you, you foolish lawyer? I am the only one who speaks for the Manima of the deceased. If you believe there are to be errors in my insights, then let us see you prove it.
Doesn't that mean Maya can do the seances too? Insight! Yay! Rafa's insight.
The victim was offering up his prayers. It was the night of the rite. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible.
Well, that's not the pattern on the ground!
Then someone was there. The theme of the plumed punisher filled the air. The accused held the defenseless victim down and plunged her knife into his neck. The blade struck true, and in that instant, he departed from this world. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments.
Benevolence's insights have painted a detailed picture, both vivid and true.
Wait a second, so this is... I just realized something. We never fully met Aang, did we? We never fully met him at all. All we know, we saw him dead. When we first came here, it was his dead body. Freaking, praise a lot. He wears the clothes of Aang. You can't blame me that I call him Aang. But he was apparently dead this entire time. And you can't tell me that's not Air Acolyte. He's a freaking Air Acolyte. It's just, he doesn't have the arrow tattoo. He's got peach. It's, one of those new it's one of the new generations of Air Acolytes.
Her benevolence insights have painted a detailed picture, both vivid and true.
In the Earthbender avatar, we're gonna see an acolyte with a peach on his forehead instead of the arrow.
I didn't notice any holes there. As they stand now, those insights are really stacked against us.
What are you talking about? There's plenty of holes.
I'll just have to go over each and every one of the deceased situations very carefully.
But it came to me that this entire time, we've kind of been next to a dead body and no one noticed. Not a single freaking person noticed.
The victim was offering up his prayers. It was the night of the rite. Though it's dark, the pattern on the... Well, this...
Okay, let's rewind. Pause. This is not the plaza ground. That's not the plaza ground. Frick, it looks like the plaza ground. It's not though. Wait a sec, that's not the plaza ground. I was right. How do I... Oh, select right here.
Objection!
Your benevolence. Is this statement inconsistent with the vision?
Inconsistent? I think not.
Exactly. That's what the inconsistency lies, of course.
No, I believe it is in the defense's thought process that inconsistency lies.
Okay. So it does look like the ground. Okay, I thought the ground was a different color. But it's clearly moss, isn't it? think maybe heavy?
Objection!
Oh, hi, Briz. Is this wrong? Yeah, that's wrong. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. I know I got it wrong. Okay. What am I not getting right? But it struck true, and in that instant he departed from this world. Wait, whoa.
Objection!
That's happens the night before the rites, right? Was it really the night of the rites?
What do you mean? It could not be otherwise. The accused slew Acolyte Sela after killing the High Priest during the purification rite.
The only problem is, the deceased spirit did not corroborate that.
What's this?
Take a good look at what the victim smelled. You see how it says King Hill? Acolyte Sela shouldn't have smelled any King Hill the night of the rite.
What do you mean?
Let me back up my statement with some evidence for you. This should explain why the victim couldn't have smelled King Hill the night of the rite. What am I looking for? Family to partake in dishes mean these dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon the day before the rite.
Take that!
The High Priest's wife, Believe in Me, told me about the Feast of Blessings. The feast includes a number of King Hill-based dishes, and they're only supposed to be served at a certain time by the day before the rite.
What? I believe you're right. I completely forgotten about that.
During the feast, the unique smell of King Hill pervades the entire kingdom. The fact that the victim smelled it means he was murdered between noon and 3 p.m., the day before the purification rite.
That's enough!
Huh?
I am not so easily fooled. Did that autopsy report not make it clear? The estimated time of death was during the rites.
Oh, right. I taught her about that yesterday. Forgive me, Your Benevolence, but the estimated time of death is just that, an estimate. Depending on the circumstances, it's possible for it to change.
What's this?
Like, if a body was kept cold, the slowed rate of decay makes the death seem more recent.
Why, I believe I've heard something of the sort before. If it is as Mr. Wright claims, the estimated time of death in the autopsy report will have to be revised.
See, that's autopsy report updating the court record.
Burned head, you blinded me with science!
Sorry. Wait, what am I apologizing for?
No matter. The murder may have occurred in the afternoon hours, the day before the rite. Nevertheless, the murder weapon with the accused prints on it is incontrovertible evidence. I will not amend my insight to account for this new truth.
The victim was offered up his prayers. It was the afternoon of the day before the rite. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground is visible.
The time of death has been corrected, leaving my insights invaluable.
Nick? A change in the time of death is bound to cause some sort of inconsistency. I had something that showed what it was like on that day. It can really help.
can't be dark then.
Objection!
It's not dark. The change in the date and time of the crime has caused a new inconsistency to surface.
What's this? You are making the irritating face again. Cease that at once.
Sorry, but this is the face I was born with. Now, let's focus on what's important. What the victim saw in his final moments. Do you have bats in Belfry, Barbted? There is nothing to see.
The ground at the plaza was all that entered the victim's eyes.
And that's why I find so strange. On the day before the rite, it should have been impossible to see the pattern on the ground.
Impossible, you say? Do explain.
This piece of evidence shows why the plaza's ground was not visible that day. This one.
Take that!
This newspaper has an article that is tiny in size but huge in importance. It says the ground was covered with thick, white ice the day before the rite.
What? But...
The victim did not see so much as an ice cube on the ground.
Exactly. And so we must ask, what was the victim looking at in his final moments?
If you have something to say, then say it.
The last thing the victim saw was not the ground at the Plaza of Devotion. This can only mean that he was killed elsewhere.
What?
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 Then where do you propose the victim was actually killed?
Yes. Tell us where. Otherwise, your argument is worthless. Just like you.
About that. I hadn't gotten to that part yet. He was killed in the secret rebel hideout in the sanctum! Any ideas, Mia? Why am I looking for her for ideas? All her ideas are food related. Can you please go away? You apparently make me dumb.
Let me think. Well, it's somewhere green and shaggy, right?
Right, but where could that be? In the inner sanctum! Ah! I know where it is!
What is it, Bardhead? Giving up already?
Not at all. I know exactly where the murder occurred. Now, where have I seen something green and shaggy? This shows where the victim was killed. Right here. The secret hideout the rebels were using.
The rebel hideout.
There was no such place anywhere on the floor of that chamber. You're absolutely right. There's no place on the floor, anyway.
Then what did the victim see in his final moments if not the floor in the rebel hideout?
You saw that thing! This is what the victim saw in his final moments. He saw this. The shaggy green surface the victim saw was on the moss-covered stone slabs. As you can see, there are two distinct hand-shaped impressions on the moss here. I believe the victim was killed while he stood there with his hands pressed against the slab.
That does agree with the seance mission. However, one cannot definitely declare they are one and the same.
I concur.
Fingerprints!
There is no proof that murder occurred in the rebel hideout.
Indeed. What evidence do you have of this?
Oh, I don't know, maybe the blood smeared all over the floor. And the fact that the water was red before the priest was killed. Oh, I'm not sure. It might be that. I've already shown you the evidence.
What do you mean?
Please take a look at the second version of the photo I just showed you. You can see the results of the luminal test I performed in the rebel hideout. This is proof positive that someone had been bleeding in front of that stone slab.
Is this true?
It's information that has already been provided to the police.
Detective Sky, to whom does this blood belong?
We thought it was the High Priest's blood that flowed in from outside, so we haven't tested it yet.
Then you must do so at once.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Intermission? Are you back already? That was like 2 seconds of darkness.
It appears the police have finished testing the blood. Detective Sky, your report, please.
The blood found in the rebel hideout belongs to Praise-a-Lot, just like the defense claims.
Detective Sky, do you realize what your blunder has done to me? When this trial concludes, I want to see you in my prayer chamber. There, I will deliver a joyous sermon onto you for 8 hours straight.
I'm really sorry, but please, anything but that. Nick, maybe, just maybe, this is the chance we've been waiting for.
Yep, it would seem so. My chance I've been waiting for is for you to finally go away and leave me alone! Oh, I'm so hoping you're not in Chronicles or the Miles Files. Sorry, I got distracted by a bird that sounds like a car alarm. Yep, it would seem so. I hate to do this to Emma, but...
Go for it. Go for it. It's full speed ahead.
The victim was killed in the rebel hideout the day before the purification rite. Then, his body was moved to the Plaza of Devotion by someone we've yet to identify. So, when we thought we saw Acolyte Zealot praying during the rite, he was already dead. I still can't yell. I have a person, like, right next to me that's asleep right now. Also a cat behind me. And that's not all. If he was killed at the Inner Sanctum, that would explain one more thing.
And that would be...
how the time of death was made to look later than it actually was. The proof of which was left behind at the Sanctum. This points to when the time of death was made to appear later than it actually was. What? What do you mean? Later? Later.
Take that!
Do you truly believe that could affect the estimated time of death?
No. And why not?
Let us test this idea of your body.
Please don't stab me. Pass.
Mr. Wright's body may still be alive, but he appears very much brain dead.
I believe that one. My bad.
So no one attempted to cover up the true time of death.
No. At least someone did. This points to how the time of death... Yeah, I think the snow, actually.
Take that!
Why? These are photos of the Inner Sanctum?
I'd like you to focus on this one. The proof is right here in this photo. This is how the time of death was made to appear later than it really was. Do you see how the snow has been removed from this one spot only? That's because it was used to keep the victim's body cold. And that's why the time of death wasn't what it seemed.
The time was mistaken. And the place too. Just what do you believe that proves?
That my client is innocent.
What of her fingerprints on the dagger? The Plume Punisher theme the victim heard. You have failed to address these two key pieces of evidence.
I see your point.
Wasn't this your big chance, Nick?
I'm really hoping that the difference in location can be invalidated, either the weapon or the theme song, from being used as evidence against you.
Actually, that might be possible. At least for one of them. Really? What's this? You say you can contradict our argument for a key piece of evidence. Very well. Let us see you try. Nick, take a good look at the rebel hideout photo.
I know the clock. You don't have to tell me. You make me dumb in this game. I hate you.
The defense can invalidate this piece of evidence.
Plume Punisher theme.
The Plume Punisher theme. And how do you intend to support such a claim?
Since the murder happened in the rebel hideout, there's something there that played the theme song other than my client's strap.
It wasn't the strap. Is this true?
The item that played the Plume Punisher theme song was this. The dang clock in the corner here. This. Here you go. This is the Plume Punisher alarm clock. I believe the victim heard its alarm go off.
What proof do you have that the alarm went off?
Objection!
What proof do you have that it's my client's strap that played the theme song?
Do not twist the facts with your lordly wills. Either way, the accused would still be guilty based off of her prints on the murder weapon. And here is what really happened.
Insight revised. The victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. It was the afternoon of the day before the riot.
Though there have been some twists and turns, that is the truth of what happened.
I won't get anywhere until I can eliminate the dagger.
Most impressive, your benevolence. I see no inconsistencies anywhere in the prosecution's case.
No, there is one.
What's this? What's this? You still claim to be an inconsistency.
Try as you might, that outcome will always be the same.
There's no blood. No, the priest's blood isn't on the dagger. Ah!
Objection!
Is that wrong? It's wrong. Whoops. Whoopsie. How is he defenseless though? He's standing up against the slab. It's not like he's... Blah. I'm gonna die.
Objection!
Oh, there you go. The victim was originally thought to have been stabbed while bent over in prayer, but he was actually standing with his hands against the stone slab. So the question is, where did the sensation of something heavy come from?
Yes, I see your point.
Since the victim was standing, he couldn't have been held down.
Then tell us, Mr. Wright, what was that heavy sensation felt by the victim?
What caused the heavy sensation Zealot felt? He was pushing the slab! With her presence, I just seem dumber! Any thoughts, Maya?
I agree. That sense of heaviness seems important, but... there's also the matter of Zealot's hands on the stone slab. Why were they even there?
To push the slab! I wish you weren't here, because every time you're here, I just seem to lose brain cells. In both the game and in real life. I hate you so much. Please go away. Why can't you just leave me alone? Could it be related to the case of the heavy sensation? Yes, he was pushing the stone.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have an answer for us?
Pushing the stone! Of course.
If I just envision the state Zealot was in when he was killed. It was believed who killed both Zealot and the priest. Falling stone slab. The only conceivable cause is the stone slab falling over, trapping the victim underneath.
What?
Oh! The stone slab came falling down on him, crushing him underneath.
Oh my gosh, no, that's not right. That's not right. He was pushing the slab. Right. That was the cause of the heavy sensation the victim felt.
While your theory is impressive, you have overlooked a key fact. The victim was not crushed to death. Rather, he was stabbed.
Oh, yeah.
Or do you claim that the dagger was plunged in after the slab had fallen on him? Plus, had the killer been behind the victim, they would have both been crushed together.
Well, would you care to explain?
Sure, I'd love to. That doesn't mean I can. How could the dagger have been plunged in after the slab fell on the victim? The killer couldn't have plunged the dagger into the victim after the slab fell on him. But what if the murder weapon wasn't what we thought it was?
Well, there were other weapons in the rebel hideout. But the entrance to the hideout is right by the stone slab. There isn't enough space between the two to use any of the weapons found within.
Yeah, there's not much space by the entrance, is there? So, what was the real murder weapon then? Better think of something.
If the murder weapon wasn't the dagger,
It's the door again!
then the dagger must have been plunged into the victim after he was already dead. That means he was stabbed at least twice, but the autopsy doesn't mention that.
Then he must have been stabbed in the same spot with something shaped like the dagger. Oh, hello, butterfly. What? You have like a butterfly infestation in here? Or I can't talk. Or are all of these just the souls of the dead that are haunting this man? Because every 2 seconds he's got a butterfly on his finger. And I very much doubt it's the same one.
Will the defense care to offer an explanation sometime this century?
If I look up at the ceiling of this, there's gonna be like a horde of butterflies up there, isn't there? They're just gonna be covering the ceiling, coming out of their cocoons one by one and just circling around.
Wait, wasn't there something dagger-like near the scene of the crime?
Something that had a shape similar to the Warbid dagger?
Present your evidence at this time, Mr. Wright.
This shows what really killed the victim.
Take that!
The inner sanctum's diagram. You believe the murder weapon is somewhere in the sanctum.
This is what really took Parazelot's life. The bird. The bird took his life.
But that is the
Warbid statue. Exactly. The Warbid statue was dagger-like feathers protruding from it. That is what really took the victim's life.
You imbecilic fool. The statue is outside of the hideout. How do you propose to impale someone who was inside?
Haven't you heard? The Warbid statue also functions as the hideout's door.
What do you mean?
The statue can pull a complete switcheroo.
A switcheroo.
To put it simply, it's a revolving door.
A revolving door. Why, that makes perfect sense.
Therefore, I believe the truth behind the divination seance to be this. As the victim entered the secret hideout, the stone sculpture came toppling toward him. He threw up his hands to stop it, but its weight forced him backwards. Unfortunately, the Warbid statue was right behind him. This cannot be! I mean, if we look at the blood pattern, that is very clear. But the accused's fingerprints were found on the dagger. She had held it while rehearsing for the rite, which is when her prints got on it.
This is a shocking turn of events, but there is a great deal of circumstantial evidence in the defense's favor. I believe we must accept that the Warbid statue was what killed the victim.
Warbid statue added to the court record. It's the bloodiest dang statue I've ever seen. And the deadliest too. Why did they purposely make it so sharp where people can be killed by it? Now that we know how Acolyte Zealot really met his demise, there's no bias for claiming my client committed this crime. No basis. Nice work, Nick! How can this be happening yet again? Divination seance is the only truth. No, Your Benevolence. It's not the truth itself, but it is a means for shedding light on the truth. Do you understand now? Your kingdom needs lawyers so that you can interpret your insights. But that means I have been misinterpreting the voices of the spirits all this time.
Your Benevolence! Are you unwell? All the color has drained from your face.
I think she's realized how many people she's killed. How many would that be? Like, over 1,000 now? How long have you been doing seances? I will be fine. Continue your proceedings without me.
As you wish.
Bye-bye. Have fun. I feel kind of bad for her.
Now then, I would have the defense continue. Please explain what you have learned now that we know how the victim actually died.
Acolyte Zealot was killed in the hideout before the High Priest murder. That means the body found at the Plaza of Devotion was moved there by the real killer. But only after the Warbid dagger was thrust into him, to make it look like the murder weapon.
That does seem to agree with what we now know. But why would the real killer go to such lengths?
At least stabbing Acolyte Zealot's body with the dagger and moving it to the plaza was a crime committed to make it look like a serial murder. It was an attempt to make my client look like a serial killer. That's right. The real killer planned all of this. This forged serial murder case.
They did.
That's it, Nick. Keep hammering away.
Did you tell me to shut up? What'd you say?
Your reasoning has more hold in it than that cheese you foreigners so enjoy.
I bet you liked Swiss cheese. What?
Like those putrid, hold-riddled clumps of curds only a rat like you can love.
Oh, so you don't like cheese. Okay, got it. You don't like cheese.
Your reasoning, much like your putrid, hole-riddled brain, has putrefied.
What's his deal with things going putrid? You talk about him saying putrid all the time, but you didn't say anything about Whip Lady saying full every 5 seconds. I forgot her real name. yet to overturn my argument that the accused is the killer. Careful analysis of the chain of events up to the killing exposes the truth as follows. Disguised as Lady Kira, the accused found the rebel hideout the day before the riots. Acolyte Zealot had followed her there after noticing her suspicious behavior. Caught by surprise, she pushed the stone slab toward him, and we know the rest.
I've never been to the rebel hideout in my life!
When the high priest arrived at the sanctum the next day, he realized what she had done. That is when the accused murdered him in order to silence him.
I believe Prosecutor Samadi has posed a compelling scenario. The defense, on the other hand, has yet to disprove the accused's guilt.
Objection!
Why would my client move Acolyte Zealot's body to where everyone could see it? And why would she stab the dagger with her fingerprints into his dead body? She had no reason to do any of those things.
The dagger in his corpse was likely a warning to the rebels. Something along the lines of, Lady Kira will slay the defiant dragons.
So that is why she moved the body to the plaza for all to see.
No, you idiot. Now he has the judge convinced too. I thought he finally made some headway.
Well, Mr. Wright, about time for one of your groans of distress, is it not?
Groan of distress? It kills me to admit this. I've got nothing to counter his argument with. And I still haven't disproven the allegations against Maya.
It is not time to end your futile struggle. You were already judged guilty yesterday. That makes you a dead lawyer walking. Accept the death that now awaits you, and in doing so, finally know peace.
A dead lawyer walking indeed. Then again, are not all lawyers who practice in Q-Rain. But I must admit, I misspoke earlier. Allow me to amend my statement. It said the defense's reasoning had a putrid cheese-like smell. But I now realize the stench was from his own putrid body on the verge of death.
Really? Now I'm a rotting zombie? Think. Who could have killed Zealot the day before the riot? Who knew about the rebel hideout? Could gain access to the inner sanctum? Believe! Only those involved with the riot can enter the sanctum, so... Wait a second. Only a rebel would have known about the secret hideout. And the only person who was involved with the riot that had access to the sanctum and was suspected of being a rebel is... Ah! Did somebody come to mind? Yes, except there's one huge problem. Huge problem?
What are you two going on about? Plotting your escape from this sacred hall? I would not put it past you, considering you have no means to raise further objection.
If I don't do something, Prosecutor Samadi will have this one in the bag. I'll just have to bluff my way out of this, regardless of that huge problem. Your Majesty, I believe there is another suspect in Perez-Lot's murder.
Even the most benevolent Holy Mother would not forgive such a desperate lie. After all, you know very well that such a person does not exist.
Believe! No, there is one person who knew everything.
Does such a figure truly exist? Tell us, who might that be?
I believe the prime suspect in Acolyte Zealot's murder is... Okay, it's either trust in me or it's believe.
It might
Take that!
Be safe. It had to be someone allowed to enter the sanctum and who knew at the hideout. And that would be the High Priest. He could commit the crime if it occurred the day before the riot.
You would pin a crime upon the dead, knowing very well they tell no tales. Have you no shame? Dead men tell no tales. That's definitely a problem. If only the High Priest could tell his side of the story.
Maya! Be useful for once!
What? Do I have something on my face?
Wait a second. Could this actually work? Maya! Be useful!
Oh no. Don't tell me I have some of my breakfast caught between my teeth.
I think it's caught in your brain. No. There's even the slightest possibility. I'll have to go with it. Your Majesty, dead men do tell tales. Therefore, I would like to request the High Priest's testimony.
His testimony? Just how do you propose we get the deceased to testify?
There's a way for the dead to testify. It's known as channeling. Summon him here by a spirit channeling.
What did you just say?
Spirit channeling? Has this lawyer finally gone insane?
This is sacrilege! May the Holy Mother strike you down. I don't know what she said.
Peace. I'm frankly astonished you even know of such a thing. But spirit channeling is a secret art that only Her Eminence Queen Garag can perform. And Her Eminence is far too busy with other duties to perform at our pleasure.
This is suspected as much. That means our only hope is this stupid, useless chick right next to me! Be useful for once! Save your own skin at least!
It's okay, Nick. You can tell them.
But, Maya, I thought you wanted to keep it a secret here in Curain.
Don't worry. It's not like it's against the law or violates some religious precepts, so I don't think we'll be punished. At least, I hope not.
But this is a crucial period for you. It'll decide whether you become a master of Curain.
We don't have any other choice now, do we? If I'm found guilty, it'll be a lot worse than not becoming master of Curain.
Alright. Thanks, Mia. Actually, there is someone here who is capable of channeling spirits.
But even Her Benevolence Princess Rafa finds the divination seance to be a challenge. Who could possibly have greater spiritual power than she, aside from the Queen?
A child named Pearl. She has even greater power than most people.
That would be me.
Is this some sort of a joke? A foreigner could not possibly have such power.
Even the royal priest is incapable of such an act.
Peace. Peace, I say. Is this true? Is the accused capable of performing the secret art of channeling spirit channeling?
Well, yes. Yes, I can.
Now, Your Majesty, we'd like your permission to begin. What are you saying? Who's saying that? Is it the prince? Yeah, it's you. Hi. Hi, Rafa. Your Benevolence.
This is an outrage. An outrage, I say. First, you make a mockery of the divination seance. And now, spirit channeling?
Her Benevolence speaks the truth. Spirit channeling is a sacred right.
Foreign devils! I say they should be put to death immediately! Still your voices. Barbed head. Spirit channeling is the most sacred and secret of arts. Are you prepared to face the consequences of what you propose?
Yes, I am.
Your Benevolence, when you say you approve of their use of spirit channeling,
I will judge whether their claim is true. If this is but another of their lies, they shall be executed on the spot.
Very well then. Your Benevolence? What if the accused accidentally calls forth an evil spirit?
Do you truly believe this foreigner is capable of channeling spirits?
Oh, no. But I wanted to be sure, as I am responsible for the safety of all present. And also, I'm a little scared.
Well, An inexperienced practitioner could inadvertently call forth a dangerous spirit. But do not fear, for I have a Magatama of parting. With it, I can send spirits back to the Twilight Realm by halting the flow of spiritual power.
That is a relief indeed.
These foreigners have thrown down the gauntlet. Let us not shrink from their challenge. We must prove them guilty and deliver their last rites. Do I make myself clear, Prosecutor Samadhi?
Perfectly, Your Benevolence.
Soft smile, stop it. Very well. The accused may channel the High Priest spirit. But first, we must take a short recess to prepare. We will resume as soon as the preparations are complete. Until then, this court is adjourned.
Oh, really? This is the intermission? We'll keep going. It's only been less than 2 hours, really. Is the cat still asleep? Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's tired. Wonder where the other two are. Oh. Okay. Yes, let's keep going. We can get through this. We can... And I'm still hoping you die. May 12th. I got distracted by my phone. May 12th. High Court of Curing Accused Lobby. Sorry, Mia. But this is the only way. You sure you're up for this?
Thanks for believing in me, Nick. Even though I don't know if my channeling ability is on point yet.
Oh, right. Before she started training here, her success rate was only about 30%. I know you can do it, Maya. At least, I hope she can. I mean, you could at the very least channel your sister, which you've been doing pretty consistently. So you sure you're ready?
Yeah, at least I think so.
You don't sound so confident. What about all your training?
Training's one thing. Actually doing it is another.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. If she fails to channel the High Priest, we're as good as dead.
Relax, Nick. You can count on me. I'll show you what my training's done for me. This will be a moment you never forget.
Okay. I just hope it's unforgettable in a good way.
Once we hear Abba Immi's story, I'm sure the truth will come to light.
I hope so. But he was hiding the fact that he was a rebel, so I doubt it'll be as cut and dried as all that. Oh, hi. You disappeared from over there. What about your twin?
They are ready for you. Please, return to the apollojustice at once.
Okay, Mia. I'm counting on you. This will be the last time, believe me. I'm gonna drown you in that fishbowl over there. Why is there a fishbowl on a pillow to begin with?
You got it. Here we go.
May 12th. High Court of Curain.
We have received official approval for the accused channel spirit here today. Now, if you will, Miss Faye, please proceed.
Yes, Your Majesty. I can't believe this. Only the Queen should channel spirits. Execute them! Put them to death right now!
You're cheating, death! Yes, put her to death. Please leave me alive, but put her to death. I'm totally fine with that. Blame her for her sacrilege, but please spare me. I give to you the most hated creature here. Come on, Maya. I'm counting on you. For the last time, I'm still gonna drown you in the fishbowl.
I have been studying here in Curain for 2 years now. So that one day, I'll be the master of Curin, a village of spirit mediums back home. But first, I shall show you all the fruits of my training in your kingdom.
Wow, she seems really confident.
A neophyte practitioner such as you could not possibly channel a spirit.
Neophyte. What the frick is a neophyte? You've been calling her a neophyte this entire time. What the heck is a neophyte? Give me 1 second. A person who is new to a subject or activity. Okay. Or a new convert to a religion. Okay, okay. So that makes sense. That's why you're called a neophyte. Okay. Shut up about that.
Okay, your benevolence. How about this? If I succeed, will you stop calling me a neophyte?
Very well. If you succeed.
Oh, I will. Just you watch.
You haven't seen her actually perform it.
Oh, spirit of trust in me. Return now to the world of the living.
What's happening? This is the first time we actually... I knew she took on the physical attributes of who she chose. I forgot. I never. This is her inner beauty right here. This is who being a fate truly is. I can't breathe. Okay. I can't look at her. Okay.
What is this place?
Homeboy.
No! This cannot be!
Blanca. It's the High Priest. Q's really can channel him.
I don't believe it. The Q spiritual power is the real deal!
Comea.
I do not understand. This cannot be. This simply cannot be. I must step out now before I forget myself.
What, a foreigner having more spiritual power than you and looking like a witch?
But in me.
Would this be the Twilight Realm? What of this?
Luxurious mane of hair. Stop looking at me like that! What do you mean this isn't even it? Like joy is made of hair.
And what of this luxurious mane of hair? Is it perhaps a gift from the Home Mother for decades of faithful service?
But in me.
My, But if it isn't his majesty, have you too shuffled off that mortal coil?
Please, do not count me among the dead. It is only you who have passed on. But the spirit medium Maya Fey has brought you back among us today.
Why? Acolyte Fey has mastered the secret art of spirit channeling? I suppose that explains these gorgeous locks.
When I pass from this world, I too hope to be channeled with a full head of hair.
What do you think it gets worse?
Though it be for the briefest of moments, I give thanks for the splendid coiffure. Praise be to the Holy Mother. However, this kimono is a bit too snug for my taste. If you would excuse me.
I hope you put that back on before she I hope you at least put that back on before she turns back, please.
There. That is better.
Can we get to his testimony now and remind him he's in a girl's body? And I wish he kept his top on.
Why? You were that foreign lawyer the people speak of as of late. And is this not the home of justice? Why have I been summoned here?
Forgive us for calling you back from your eternal rest. But you have been accused of murder. Might we ask you to testify on your own behalf?
I don't know what those weird noises I'm making are, but I can't. I think I'm both terrified and extremely amused. The shoe is so small. It broke. The shoe's broken. The shoe's broken. Vomit laughter. Is that what I have? Okay. I can't look at you. I can't look at you. How are you doing that? Leo's body is not a limber. Okay.
They've been accused of murder. That is troubling indeed.
Ah! What's with that crazy pose?
Is this really cause for such astonishment? Even the lowliest of monks can achieve such body control with the proper training.
Oh, I wonder if Albie will be able to do that someday.
Will the defense please explain the situation to the High Priest?
I'd be happy to. Your disciple, Praise-a-Lot, has been murdered. It happened on the day before the purification rite, and the crime occurred in the rebel hideout hidden within the inner sanctum.
Acolyte Zealot. He has been killed? Who would do such a thing?
Believe someone who knew at the hideout, who had access to the inner sanctum. In other words, you, Abbott and me. After all, weren't you secretly a rebel? Why are you doing this? I can't breathe. at him! He's just funnier! Oh dear. It's still Mia's body. I hope he doesn't break anything. Back to this one. Wow, High Priest is amazing.
Do you think he had messages to advance prayer pose?
Still worthy of our veneration, even if he's a rebel. Praise be to the Holy Mother! Praise be to the Holy Mother!
Oh my, have my rebel allegiances be exposed? Not even my wife knew that. It seems to rest in peace is not my fate.
Why did you, a devout priest of Curanism, join the rebellion?
The High Priest has come back to us for but a brief time defense. Shall we now cut to the chase and ask the most pressing of questions?
Oh, right.
I have it in me. The prosecution believes the one who slew both you and Acolyte Zealot to be Mia Fey, who had been playing the role of Lady Kira in the right. Being that I was dead until just a moment ago, my memory is a bit hazy. Could you please do your best to remember?
Objection!
The High Priest says his memory is hazy.
Its soul coming back to me. It is as Prosecutor Smutty concluded, was slain by none other than Mia Fey. The High Priest's statement has proven my assertions with regards to his murder correct.
No! But what about Acolyte Zealot? You were the one who killed him, weren't you?
I know not about my disciple's murder. Furthermore, I have an alibi of my own.
An alibi? Seriously?
It seems the testimony the defense has been hoping for is working against him. Now, up to Immy. Your testimony, if you please.
Why are you so thin? Do you eat at all?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Please put your shirt back on when we're done. Please. I don't want to see Mia naked.
I have an alibi. I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place. Just past noon on the day before the night, I was entertaining guests in my home. And I believe my guests can corroborate this.
Who's your guest? Is it Mia?
You had guests?
Just past noon. That's right about the time Zealot was murdered. Are you sure about that?
Absolutely.
Come to think of it, Rifa told me about a spirit's memory.
A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death.
So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moment of its death and the moment it is channeled?
Yes, and yet, it clearly recalls all the memories it had in life.
The High Priest seems to know exactly what he's talking about. So the question is, what would be the best angle of attack? Oh, I'm still choking from all of his weird poses. The cat is still asleep, despite my laughter. I have an alibi. Okay.
Hold it!
What do you mean there's one more? You use the word alibi as if it were second nature.
Are you, perhaps,
mocking me? Maybe? Considering what you look like right now, I mean, maybe if you didn't have the hair, I wouldn't. And maybe if you also didn't have the sandal that's about to fall off your foot.
Or is it, perhaps, the kingdom of Kurin itself you wish to ridicule?
Come on! Everyone and their grandma knows what alibi means. Did not read a single word of that. Are you a non-binary fighter?
Peace! Peace! Peace, I say! Mr. Wright, would you care to clarify your last statement?
I feel like throwing up. I laughed too hard. Please, don't take it the wrong way. It's just, alibi is a rather technical term for a priest to use so naturally.
I assure you, I know how to use the term. In fact, I had even hoped for a chance to do so one day. I suppose that even I, a high priest, am not immune to such trivial worldly attachment.
Oh, I see. Still, he seems unusually calm and composed. It's almost as if he had prepped himself for something like this. He probably did.
Just past noon on the day before the riot, I was entertaining a guest at my home.
Hold it!
Guest? And you were entertaining them personally?
That I was. We gathered around the table for a most enjoyable conversation.
He said his guest could corroborate his alibi. That can't be good for our case. Are you sure that was the same day as the murder? Maybe you've misremembered. What are you doing? I got jump scared. What was that?
Kya! Do not doubt my mnemonic facilities.
Mnemonic?
I have died, but my memories up to the point are crystal clear.
What are you doing to that Magatama? Sorry. He's pretty thin-skinned for a priest. And pretty thin. Extremely thin. I think he might have anorexia. Though I guess I should have known better than to doubt his memory. I'm not making fun of anorexia, I just think he might have it considering how thin he is, because even a priest that might go on a fast like every 2 days can't be that skinny to where you can literally see their bones.
A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death.
So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time? In time, between the moment of its death and the moment of its channeled?
Yes, and yet, it clearly recalls all the memories it had in life.
There's nothing better than enjoying ginghole cuisine with dear friends. That way, everyone's breath becomes equally malodorous.
Malodorous? Right.
And I believe my guests can corroborate this.
Hold it!
And who exactly were your guests that day? Don't tell me they were rebels, so they can't be called here to testify.
It was none other than His Majesty along with his family. He couldn't attend the rite due to work, so he stopped by ahead of time. My, how his daughter has grown.
Wait a second.
Let me set the record straight right now. I am not a rebel. Thank you for that wonderful meal, Appetit Me. Lady and me's cooking simply cannot be beat. So there you have it.
When exactly was His Majesty at your home?
He was there from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Indeed, precisely the time period within which Acolyte Zealot was slain. Yes, we had a rousing chat concerning the game of Kucha Damal.
But
Kacha Damal. I'll just have that added to the testimony. After all, it was I who visited the High Priest's home. My guests that day were His Majesty and his family, They visited from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
12 till 3. That means there's still 2 hours between.
Orbit statue.
Hold it!
Your Majesty, are you sure this testimony is completely accurate?
As sure can be. Or how wonderful it is. Oh, how wonderful it is to finally have my actions be admissible as evidence in court.
His Majesty was at my home during the exact time period of the murder. Come, let us put this behind us. I could not have possibly committed this crime.
How can you be so sure?
What if the clock or watch you were using was off, or you misread the time?
There was a clock right near the table, and it had the exact same time as my watch.
Now, you understand, lawyer.
Why does my Magatama never work during a court case?
As you can see, my alibi is airtight. Or you still think I could have killed Acolyte Zealot?
His Majesty is a witness?
Are you satisfied now? There is not a single discrepancy in Abbot Idmi's alibi.
If I give up now, it's all over. Now, hold on a second. Is there anything wrong with his priest's testimony? There is. There is a discrepancy in the high priest's testimony.
There is. Well then, perhaps you could explain what it might be.
This is what was wrong with his testimony.
The prayer feast was too short. He's too friendly. He knew the time of the crime.
Yeah, we didn't tell him what time the crime really took place, did we? After Abbot Immi was channeled, no one ever stated what time Acolyte Zealot was murdered.
Now that you mention it.
Despite that, you claim to have an alibi from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., which means you know that Acolyte Zealot was dead when you were still alive.
The spirit left her!
Wait, I think I saw something just now. No, I must be imagining things. So, tell me, how did you know what time the crime had been committed?
About that.
Open your heart. Let the Holy Mother in. Why? We've been blessed with the High Priest's sacred words of prayer. All who serve Her Holiness must strive to banish worldly desires from their soul. Open your heart. Let the Holy Mother in. Purge your mind of greed and lust. I feel as if my very soul has been cleansed.
You can't fool me. Prayer may banish worldly desires, but it can't make a contradiction disappear.
Hi.
What? Butterfly.
How can you be so sure?
What's that supposed to mean?
This lawyer seems to think little of the power of Uranus prayer.
Huh?
What are you...
Stop cursing me!
Abbot Idmi was at home during the crime, but knew of what happened at the hideout. I believe this can be explained easily. He must have had a way to monitor the hideout from his home.
What?
You never cease to amaze.
Never cease to amaze, prosecutor. As he has surmised, there was a listening device installed at the hideout. It enabled me to instantly learn of anything unusual even when I was not there. Remember, the rebels have been using this as a top secret hideout. It would be perfectly natural for them to install such an apparatus.
Wait, come to think of it, I was searching the rebel hideouts. There's something under the banner. A microphone.
What's this doing here? Was someone trying to record something with it? That was a listening device. It starts recording when it detects movement. I heard just such a recording after His Majesty and his family left. If you look in the desk in my study, you will find the tape in question.
Alright then. Bailiff! Yes, Your Majesty. Go retrieve the tape in question from the High Priest's home. At once, Your Majesty.
Bye. The power of Kieran is superior. Even a putrid brain such as yours should understand it now. It's like the contradiction really did vanish.
We shall ascertain the content of the recording once we have the tape. In the meantime, I would ask Abbot Inmee to continue with his testimony.
Very well. I heard everything. Was entering His Majesty. Entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred. When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. It sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Faye. After that, there was a loud noise followed by haunting silence. That's alright. I have to find some way to attack his alibi. If only Maya were here.
You don't need her! Stop plugging over there longingly! Oh my gosh, she doesn't do anything but make your brain rot. That might be why he keeps calling you putrid, because you rely on her way too much.
She has a way of putting me at ease.
Really? You sure about that? I feel like it's quite the opposite, really. I feel like she makes you dumb.
But seeing her like this is something creeping me out. Though the High Priest was a rebel, he was still a Kieran's holy man. Therefore, take care in your questioning, lest you invoke the ire of our people.
How dare he suspect the High Priest! May the Holy Mother strike him blind!
As if this wasn't hard enough already.
Nice try, but I'll stop at nothing to find the truth. Examination time.
I heard everything. I was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred.
Hold it!
You were entertaining His Majesty and his family during the crime? Indeed. My wife Believe was treating them to a wonderful home cooking.
Your wife was there that day?
Why, yes. She was in the kitchen cooking up a storm the entire time.
Come to think of it, I don't think I saw her at all that day.
She takes her culinary duties most seriously, you see. And that is why she was in the kitchen cooking without pause the entire day.
So the judge never saw Miss Inmee? Should I have Abbot Inmee add that statement to the testimony? Have him add it. Please, add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. Could your wife have killed?
My wife Believe was in the kitchen cooking the entire time. When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling.
Oh, frick. Go back.
Hold it!
What was your wife making that day?
The menu that day featured
hot and soup has and melatomat? What? Huh? What are these words? Hot and I put an accent on that intentionally. Unsurpassed in melatonin. What? Okay.
They are both traditional Curinese dishes.
I can't even begin to imagine what those are.
Oh, yes. The exquisite zest of hot and surpassed and the supreme texture of melatonin. What
are these words?
Lady Edmy's cooking that day was utterly unforgettable.
Thank you. It brings me great joy to know you enjoyed your meal. Now, once His Majesty and his family had left...
Hold it!
You heard everything from a recording?
Indeed. Each night I would secretly check what the listening device had recorded. I would have been in serious trouble with my lovely wife had she discovered my secret.
Can you really tell what happened by the audio alone?
Long years of aesthetic training have sharpened my hearing. It is but a simple matter for me to ascertain a situation by the sounds I hear.
But practicing Curinism improves your hearing?
Hearing is but one of the senses it can improve. It can also focus and attain inner peace. All 5 senses can be sharpened. Why, the warbed over in the bazaar just cried. Did you not hear it?
Give me a break.
It sounded like an alteration between Acolyte Sealot and Acolyte Faye.
Hold it!
Hold on. Are you sure about those voices? Was it really Acolyte Zealot and Miss Faye?
I'd say it was the most reasonable conclusion under the circumstances. Or perhaps Acolyte Faye has an alibi that you can prove?
I'm afraid not.
Then I suggest you make like a mollusk and clam up. Now, I will continue my testimony if I may. After that, there was a loud noise followed by a haunting silence.
Hold it!
A loud noise. I'd say that's worth looking into.
It was a terrible crashing sound. Poor Acolyte Zealot. It must have felt so heavy.
It must have been the sound of that stone slab falling over. Should I have him add that? Yeah, have him add it! No one told him how he died! Please, add that statement to your testimony.
As you wish.
He didn't see it, and no one told him.
You could describe the noise as a terrible crash. Poor Xenot. Must have felt so heavy.
Do you believe that terrible crash was connected to Acolyte Zealot's death?
Yes. The sound, no doubt, was poor Zealot's death knell. Such a tragedy, for he was a fine disciple. I would ask all here today to give a prayer for his departed soul.
Zushara Matimi Yoma. Zushara Matimi Yoma. Zushara Matimi. Am I summoning something?
I had high hopes for that young man's future. Zushara Matimi Mo Yoma.
Why do I feel like such a jerk for just trying to do my job right now?
Mr. Wright.
Yeah?
Do you still feel the need to question the High Priest? His alibi is as tight can be.
This isn't going so well. I better ask him about something else. I'm curious, Abbot Inmi. Did you stop by the rebel hideout after His Majesty left?
Yes. I thought it would be wise to assess the situation. As I said before, there was nothing to see. The hideout appeared as it always had.
And the victim's body?
It was nowhere to be found. Acolyte Faye must have already disposed of it and anything else incriminating.
So, when you saw the rebel hideouts, it looked like it does in this photo?
Yes.
I would say that is how it appeared that day.
Well, then how did you know the stone fell over? So the stone slab had been put back in place. A little hideout photo updating the court record. How did... Hey!
Mr. Wright, it is not time to concede. Is it not time to concede defeat?
How did he know that the stone slab fell? No, wait. I need just a little more time.
If you insist.
Blah 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 blah. Blah blah.
Objection!
There you go. Ava Imi, you said, and I quote, "Poor Zealot. It must have felt so heavy." Why do you think he felt something heavy? You said the hideout looked like it did in this photo. If so, there's something that would lead you to believe that he had experienced a heavy feeling. Unless you were the one who killed him. The fact is, of course, the stone slab did fall over onto Acolyte Zealot, impaling him on the warped statue behind him. But that was only revealed through her benevolence's divination seance earlier.
Will the defense please get to the point?
My point is, simply hearing a crashing sound shouldn't have automatically led him to conclude the victim was crushed to death.
I still don't see your point.
As dull as the one in the America-Japan place. I'm saying that the High Priest knew. He knew the victim was... how the victim was really killed. Oof. I feel so bad for Aang. Being stabbed like that. Eesh.
Why?
And that is information only the real killer could have known. Ha! There goes the body again. Well, at least she doesn't turn back when the spirit leaves her immediately. I definitely saw it that time. I've got the High Priest's spirit shaking in his boots. Or should I say sandals?
Objection!
Very small sandals. You can't throw those at me.
Need I remind you, Abbot Imni was with his majesty at the time of the crime. Such an alibi precludes him from being the killer.
That's true. So he can't be the killer. However, he knew how Zealot was killed. Something only the killer can know. Can this discrepancy be resolved somehow?
Well, Mr. Wright, we're waiting for an explanation.
I was just getting to that. Time to think of something quick. The High Priest knew something only the killer could have known because he heard it during... He inferred it after the fact. He heard it from the real culprit. He must have heard how the victim died from the real killer.
The real killer.
It's believe! Of course! It makes perfect sense. I don't want to believe it. But that's the only possible explanation. Believe!
So tell us, who is this real killer?
It's gotta be someone close to the High Priest. Someone without an alibi. The person most likely to be Zealot's killer is... Yes, Albie. It's Albie. No, it's clearly Believe. Here we are. Your Majesty. While you were visiting the High Priest's home, you didn't see Miss Inmi at all, did you?
No, I never saw her, but... what does that have to do with anything?
Did the High Priest ever leave your sight?
No, we were talking the entire time. The food was brought right to the room's entryway.
So the High Priest has an ironclad alibi. But his wife does not.
What the devil are you insinuating?
I'm insinuating that Miss Inmi might have killed Acolyte Zealot.
Objection!
You have a lot of nerve, making such a baseless allegation
It's the only thing that makes sense. Especially... yeah, it only makes sense if she's the killer.
She had no motive to kill Acolyte Zealot. He was like family to her.
No. We can't entirely discount the idea. Especially if you consider that Miss Inmi could have been the one posing as Lady Kira.
Even a fool must temper his foolishness at times.
Have you been taking lessons from the Whip Lady?
Or do you truly believe Lady Kira would kill Acolyte Zealot, though he was not a rebel?
Objection!
As we all know, the High Priest was secretly a rebel. It would follow that his favorite disciple could very well be a rebel too.
Oh, are you suggesting that Miss Inmi killed her husband as well?
As sad as to think she'd kill her own husband to rid the kingdom of rebels, I don't think we can rule it out. Who's holding? You're holding. Hi. Huh?
Yikes!
You claim my wife to be that rebel-hunting Lady Kira, and that she slew both Zealot and myself, my lovely wife.
That is utterly impossible.
Okay, why are you calling?
Yikes! I have never seen the High Priest so angry.
It is as Abbot Inmi stated, and the accused has already been found guilty of his murder. It is far too late to overturn it.
That's right, Mr. Wright. Now apologize to the good priest before he gets angry again. Quickly now!
No, I'm not going to apologize. The Troy dandy of Lady Kira is a major piece of this trial's puzzle. Admit it, Abbot Inmi. Your wife, Lady Inmi, killed you. Yet, even now, you continue to lie in an effort to protect her.
How absurd. It appears the lawyer has forgotten. My lovely wife could not possibly battle the rebels in the guise of Lady Kira. For we are blessed by her holiness, and she is with child. Praise be to the Holy Mother.
Heck, I completely forgot about that.
That adorable Lady Kira figure who slew me and Acolyte Zealot was the accused.
This is bad. I can't give up now. Don't forget, my client doesn't have the strength to fight rebels either. How could a weak young woman like her possibly...
How
dare you disrespect them?
You foolish oaf of a lawyer.
You have been taking classes from Francisca, haven't you? Is that her name? I forgot her name.
If only you were as blessed as Lady Inmi.
What?
Surely the accused possesses the strength, or should I say the power. The power to battle those black-hearted rebels.
What are you talking about?
My good prosecutor, I see you've come to the same conclusion as I. Such keen insight.
Then you have figured it out as well, Abdemi. May I ask you to explain it to this putrid brain... What? I'm not... Yeah, Francisca. He's been taking lessons from Francisca. He keeps calling me a fool.
May I ask you to explain it to this putrid brain lawyer?
Certainly, for I cannot allow him to frame my lovely wife for murder. For devil! Your Majesty, allow me to testify as to how they affairs that murders Lady Kira. Well, it would... If it would soothe your anger, then by all means, please testify.
Ow. I just hurt myself. Ow! My affairs, Lady Kira.
Acolyte Fade should know Lady Kira's spirit. She is a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it. So it was the real Lady Kira who returned to root out the rebels among us. She attacked and killed me with the strength far beyond any mortal woman.
Oh, I know I need to. What? Wait a second. But...
Do you understand now? Murder by spirit channeling explains everything. This is the only way the accused could have defeated one rebel after another. Indeed, I am a living, or shall I say dead, proof of her terrible power.
Maya's ability to channel spirits. It's come back to haunt her.
Now, it is time to let it go and move on, Defense. Defense?
No, never. I'll never give up. Now what? Think. How can I prove that Maya couldn't have channeled Lady Kira? She doesn't know her face. Cross-examination. Maya fears Lady Kira.
Acolyte Faye channel Lady Kira's spirit.
Hold it!
My client channeled Lady Kira. Isn't that a little far-fetched?
Far-fetched, you say? Does this hair lie? Why, the very fact that I am here proves she has the power to channel spirits.
But you've no proof she actually channeled Lady Kira.
Oh, but I do. She is a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it.
While it's true she may be capable of channeling Lady Kira, I doubt there's any proof she actually did.
We are talking about the infamous rebel hunter here. The modern-day Lady Kira has captured many a rebel all by herself, and among them have been more than a few great warriors. Who but the real Lady Kira could have accomplished such a feat?
It would be difficult for a mere mortal. That leaves the real Lady Kira of legend as the only likely answer.
Indeed. Is this not proof enough that the real Lady Kira of legend has been channeled?
The real Lady Kira of legend. That's an oxymoron if I ever heard one. And again, the people of Kirin believe legends to be true.
So, it was the real Lady Kira who returned to root out the rebels among us.
Dang it. Go back. Okay.
Hold it!
Press. Lady Kira's an actual person? Do you really believe there ever was a woman that powerful? One capable of battling rebels much bigger and stronger than herself?
There is no way to prove that. But to doubt the existence of Lady Kira is to doubt Kiranism itself. It is not for us to question. We must simply believe.
Yeah! How dare you doubt our legends! You'll regret saying that, you punkin! Lady Kira's gonna strike you down! Oops. I won't get anywhere until I can refute their claims with some evidence.
She attacked and killed me with a strength far beyond any mortal woman.
I feel like any woman could have killed you, considering how, fragile you seem. A strength far beyond any mortal woman? And just how strong would that be?
You need but look at the wound she inflicted upon my body. Though I had hoped to never have to think about that again.
Your wound? It was pretty deep, and there was a tremendous amount of blood.
While Acolyte Zealot was rather small in stature, he was strong. Nevertheless, he was no match for the sheer strength of Lady Kira.
Maya's spirit channeling is proof that she's Lady Kira? This is not good.
I'll have to prove she didn't channel the original Lady Kira.
Objection!
There you go. The Tome of Secrets is only given to the priestess who performs the purification rites. Is this your proof that my client could have channeled Lady Kira? Yes, indeed. For it contains the true name of Lady Kira, a secret only revealed within. Abbot Inme, I'm afraid you're mistaken. This couldn't have been used to channel Lady Kira.
What nonsense! Mr. Wright, would you care to explain?
This is why my client could have channeled Lady Kira. Because her face is covered. Her face is covered. Lady Kira's face is hidden behind a mask in the Tome of Secrets. You need both a name and a face to channel a spirit.
It can't be.
Please tell me every time you do that she's not without a shirt, without a face. It would have been impossible for my client to channel Lady Kira.
Oh my.
Therefore, the claim that she became Lady Kira by means of spirit channeling is patently false. And with Lady Kira out of the equation, my client had no motive to commit murder.
But then, who is the rebel hunting Lady Kira we've been reading about in the paper?
Yes, who is the other suspect, if indeed there is one at all?
Let us hear the defense's brilliant deduction.
Think! The true identity of Lady Kira is the key to solving both murders. I think Miss Inme was suspicious, but her pregnancy takes her out of the running. And Mr. Arbol is a rebel, so that doesn't make sense. That leaves us with...
Mr. Wright, you have that look again. The one where you know you had to say something, but you can't figure out what it is.
This is my chance to really turn up the heat. I'll just have to stir the pot till something floats to the top. Your Majesty, I know he's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira.
You do? Are you sure about that?
Yes, completely.
Since I may regret this, but please go on and explain.
Thank you, Your Majesty. This is who's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. What the heck? He's been around for 2 months. Okay. Let's do it like this. It's not him, not her, not Emma. Tempting. Okay, trust, not sodomy. She doesn't have enough spiritual power. It could have been Pere. It's not believed because she's currently pregnant, and it's not Dad's. So it could be Pere. Why would he hide his identity? I'm gonna die if I get this one. So it's either trust. Karen is high priest in charge of the rites of Lady Kira.
Take that!
Why do you believe that to be true identity of Lady Kira? What? Don't answer. Even your putrid brain could not possibly explain such a deranged response. But I am far past anger now. I can only laugh at such foolishness.
These may be tears of laughter, but rest assured there is no mirth here for you.
Oh gosh. I did not save either. Gosh dang it. Yes, laugh. Ha 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 ha.
The defense has failed to counter the charges filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then, This court finds the accused Maya Fey and the defense Phoenix Wright guilty.
Guilty. Yeah, I know. I'm just glad that they have the feature where you can go back in after you mess up a segment. Just retry from the scene, because I did not save. I didn't save for a long time now. Okay. So if it wasn't in me, then it might be Zealot. Oh! Okay, of course it was my second choice. Okay. The true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira we seek is Zealot.
What's this? High Priest murdered disciple was Lady Kira, you say?
I whittled it down to 2 people. It's not like I picked between 5.
Peace. I say peace. The defense will continue.
Yes, Your Majesty. I whittled down the list of suspects until there was only 1 left. Because I'm dumb and I decided to make it 2.
But a process of elimination is not the same as solid evidence. I assume you have evidence to back up your claim.
Yes, of course. I'll have some in a moment, that is. At least, I hope so. Nia wasn't Lady Kira, neither was Miss Inmi, or any of the other possibilities. That leaves Zealot. I have the evidence to prove it. The evidence that proves Acolyte Zealot was posing as Lady Kira is this.
Take that!
Oh, gosh dang it. I was thinking about him appearing 2 years ago. Do I have proof to killing my case? Evidence that he was Lady Kira.
Take that!
There we go. This is what proves that Acolyte Zealot was Lady Kira. Lady Kira's warning letter.
How absurd. What could that possibly prove?
Prosecutor Samadhi. You say that this warning letter proved that my client was Lady Kira, and the reason you gave was that the High Priest's house was locked tight. But there was another member of the family who lived there. Therefore, Acolyte Zealot could have delivered the warning anytime he wanted. What is he talking about? That's just not possible.
Are you saying Lady Kira was not the culprit, but rather the victim?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But that would overturn the entire premise of this case. This trial has proceeded on the assumption Lady Kira was behind the serial killings. But Lady Kira is the one of the victims. Who was the killer? What was their motive?
The only suspect left is Miss Inmi. And there's only one possible motive. What if Miss Inmi is a rebel?
What?
Fiend. You're still bent on casting suspicion upon my lovely wife.
Blasphemer! You have no evidence of this. Repent for the mistrust in your soul.
Well, you have no evidence either. After all, the dagger with my client's prints on it wasn't what killed Acolyte Zealot. And the plumed Punisher thing that he heard could have been an alarm clock. That means all the evidence linking her to the crime has been called into question.
Was Lady Inmi a rebel? Did she pose as Lady Kira to kill Acolyte Zealot? Was Acolyte Zealot a rebel, and was that accused the Lady Kira who killed him? I would say either scenario is just as likely. What are we to do now?
Hold it. The alarm clock, you say? Do you mean the one in the rebel hideout?
Yes, but what of it?
So that's it.
What's gotten into him?
But in me, just what is so comical?
Forgive my outburst. That has simply tickled my funny bone. What did? The theme song came from the Plume Punisher clock, you say? That alarm could not possibly have gone off.
What makes you say that? The clock was working just fine last time I checked.
Try using your head for a change. Would not the existence of a secret hideout be given away if the alarm kept going off?
Wait, you don't mean...
Indeed. We leave the alarm switched off at all times.
No!
It wasn't the Plume Punisher. I know it was.
In that case,
I'm sad to say that defense's claim does not hold water.
would you care to respond, Mr. Wright?
Oh, this can't be happening. Not now.
This should put an end to the lawyer's futile struggles. The theme song the victim heard was from the accused's strap, just as we suspected. Therefore, the accused is the rebel-hunting Lady Kira, and the victim's killer.
I need an opening. Something I can raise an objection to.
The Plumed Punisher theme song, Acolyte Sealot heard in his final moments. I too heard it by the way of the listening device.
But did you really? If you had heard it, why did you testify to that fact before?
Is it not obvious? I did not know such a tune could become a key matter of dispute.
Yes, the matter of the theme song came up before Abbot Idmi was shadowed.
Alright. Well then, what if he's lying about the clock's alarm being switched off?
Miserable wretch! That would be a pointless lie, one easily disproven. If you check the clock, you will see that the alarm is in fact switched off.
Come to think of it, it was off, yeah. What a fine item. And this switch, if I'm right. We set the switch back into the off position before we left.
I remember hearing it clearly. Those distinctive...
Oh, nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope.
Those distinctive taiko drums in the intro are etched into my mind. They went... Duck doon 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 doon. Duck doon 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 doon.
Distinctive taco drums in the intro?
This trial has gone on far too long. Shall we move ahead to the verdict phase now?
He didn't hear the Plume Punisher theme song. He heard the Steel Samurai theme song.
By all means, let us also return Abbot Inmi's spirit to the Twilight Realm. Before I go, let me say a word to my darling wife.
Objection!
Wait a second. Wait a second. Now, hold on just 1 minute. Your Majesty.
Yes.
The High Priest's statement is inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence.
It is.
Still, you writhe in defiance of your fate. The very sight reminds me of a tortured soul writhing in flames.
You won't be saying that once I show you the evidence. Now all I have to do is pick the right one. This piece of evidence is inconsistent with the statement about the taiko drum intro. The Plume Punisher strap.
Take that!
This is what's inconsistent with his statement. My client's Plume Punisher strap.
What does that have to do with anything?
It plays the Plume Punisher theme song. And here it is. The theme to the Plume Punisher, Warrior of Neo Twilight Realm.
just screaming out to a theme song.
Do you see what I mean? The music the victim heard in his final moments might not have been the Plume Punisher theme song.
I'm afraid I am not following you. What was it? What was it if not the Plume Punisher theme?
In his final moments, Acolyte Zealot heard the Steel Samurai theme. There are no taiko drums in the intro of the Plume Punisher theme. So what Acolyte Zealot actually heard in his final moments was the theme of the Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo.
Peace. Peace. Peace, I say. Mr. Wright. What is the Steel Samurai of which you speak?
The Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo is an action hero show from America that I have apparently been watching while I was in the hospital. The Plume Punisher theme is a total rip. I mean, it sounds the same. If you didn't know about the Steel Samurai, you could easily mistake the two.
But the fact that Acolyte Zealot heard music from an American action hero show is irrefutable evidence that the accused was in the secret hideout.
No. Actually, no. You have it backwards.
But backwards?
That's right. Miss Faye was an avid Plume Punisher fan here in Kirin, and as a token of their friendship, she traded a certain Steel Samurai item she had for the Plume Punisher strap.
And this avid Plume Punisher fan was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot?
Yes. And that avid fan is none other than the High Priest's wife. Believe in me.
Objection.
Do you have evidence to back up this claim, Mr. Wright? For as forgiving as the Holy Mother is, I doubt you would tolerate yet another dose of your baseless slander. I suggest you prepare yourself to face your holiness's wrath.
Oh, all of my life? All of my life? Oh, I'm prepared to turn this entire case upside down, that is. This is my last chance, where I take a deep breath and review the evidence.
Very well then. Please present your evidence if you would, defense.
Oh, I don't know, maybe the photo? The evidence that proves Miss Inmi was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot is this.
Take that!
This photo. Look at her hand. It's right here in this family photo. Proof that Miss Inmi and Miss Faye trade items featuring their favorite characters.
A family photo? And what exactly should we be looking at here?
The proof that they exchange items featuring their favorite characters is right here. Look at her wrist. Look at her wrist. Look at the wrist.
Take that!
Wrist. Look at Miss Inmi's left wrist. You can see the Steel Samurai's trademark top knot right there. Which clearly makes this a Steel Samurai watch. Ha! Stop leaving her body. I think each time you do that, I think you're hurting. Oh, I want her to suffer, but I don't want to see her naked. Contemplations.
Why? I never knew your wife had such hobbies, haven't me.
I'm hoping Mia's bones are broken when she gets unpossessed after everything Enmi has done with her body. That sounds wrong.
This family photo was taken right before Acolyte Zealot was murdered. By that point, my client had the Punisher strap, and Miss Inmi had the samurai watch. So, what the victim heard in his final moments was none other than the sound of the watch Miss Inmi was wearing.
I wish to amend my testimony. What I thought were taiko drones was something else. My wife never had such a watch. It's the truth, I tell you. You must believe me, your majesty.
Are you finally telling someone else to shut up?
Be not deceived by the defenses and chicanery.
Now what? He's been pretty quiet up to this point. What does he have up his sleeve?
There was a big gaping hole in this flimsy claim.
A big gaping hole? I don't think so.
Oh no, I'm afraid it is there, alright. Just like the big gaping hole in your putrid brain.
My brain is neither putrid nor full of holes. I'm not a zombie after all.
Says the den lawyer walking. He who is narrow of vision focuses on what is before him, never seeing the big picture.
Lawyerly. I don't know how to say it. It's like the weirdest way to say that.
Or, as they say in your country, you cannot see the forest for the trees. For it is as you said, and Lady Inmi, the rebel, slew Acolyte Zealot, the rebel hunting Lady Kira. Then, the rebel hunter would have been dead before the high priest was slain.
Huh! That means the high priest could have been slain by the rebel hunting Lady Kira!
Heck, how could I have missed that?
So, tell me, who are you going to see kill the high priest now?
No!
Do you finally understand the sheer size of the holes that riddled your putrid brain?
Heck, I'm in hot water now. I don't have any other suspects in the high priest's murder.
You mindless zombie. You should have begun your journey into the Twilight Realm long ago. Now let it go and move on.
No, I'll never give up. I just need to think things through and figure out who really killed the high priest. Train of thought again. Here we go! If Acolyte Zealot had been Lady Kira, he couldn't have killed the high priest. So the question is, who did? Maybe I can get to the bottom of this by reviewing the events of this case in order. What evidence could tell me something about the crime scene before the murder? Before the murder, it was already stained red. Oh, how funny. The spring was stained red before the rite. Oh, right. You said the spring had been stained red before the rite even began. Your mind is sorry. The spring was already red before the high priest's murder because of Zealot's blood. That's right. Zealot had been killed in the rebel hideout the day before the rite, and his blood had flowed into the spring. Wait a second. The high priest knew that Zealot had been killed in the hideout, so why didn't he report it to the authorities? If Maya had been the killer, he could have easily had her arrested on the spot. Why didn't the high priest inform the authorities right then? To keep the hideout hidden. If he reported Zealot's murder, the authorities would have found out about the hideouts. That's what he was worried about. But by going through with the rite,
The High Priest risked having Maya see the spring running red with blood. Why did he have to go through with the rite? Did he want to set the scene during it? He wanted to set up the crime scene to conceal the hideout. But how was he planning on concealing the source of the blood in the spring? He used his own blood. Did he kill himself? He stained the spring with his own blood. He concealed the source of the blood with his own. That was how he kept the rebel hideout a secret. It's all starting to fall into place. I know who killed the High Priest. It was to rust himself. He killed himself just to hide a murder his wife committed. To rust death was a suicide. I can't believe it. The High Priest took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. The High Priest wasn't murdered by anyone. He took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. What?
What's this?
I don't know if I'm waking the cat.
The High Priest committed suicide. I have never heard anything more absurd.
Objection.
The lawyer has placed a stain on the good priest's death with his putrid brain. Its putrid gaping holes are as large as the hole in his logic.
What hole?
You still fail to understand. You truly cannot see the forest for the trees. You claim the High Priest took his own life. But have you considered who brought the dagger to the plaza in devotion? Ah. After the High Priest was killed, the dagger was thrust into Acolyte Zealot's dead body. Only the accused Mia Fey could have done that.
It is as Prosecutor Samadhi says. Your claim is rather porous in its logic, and your evidence is too weak. You cannot prove that the High Priest took his own life to conceal the rebel hideout.
You're right. The dagger was impaled in Zealot's body. But his body had been placed at the plaza the previous day.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you care to respond?
Zealot's body was already in the plaza the day before the rite. But the dagger was also already in him at that time. The dagger was never at the inner sanctum. It was moved by... Tourist died by a different weapon. Of course! That's it!
What is it?
He killed himself on the Warbit statue. You guys really need to freaking dull that thing. There have been 2 deaths on it by now. One was a murder and the other was a suicide. You need to dull the freaking feathers. Oh my gosh.
There was no need to move the dagger. It had already been stabbed into Acolyte Zealot's body the day before the rite.
What? So that means... What does that mean?
It means the dagger wasn't the weapon that took the High Priest's life.
Objection.
It was the Warbit statue!
But no weapon was ever found at the inner sanctum. If you will not listen to reason, then I insist you prove your assertion. Show us what you believe the real murder weapon to be.
Oh, I know it is. It's the Warbit statue! Because it's the most sharp, dangerous thing anywhere ever, and it's already killed 2 people. It makes me think of the freaking weird sculpture thing that Squidward made for children to play on. That was just a bunch of sharp spikes in the shape of Mr. Krabs. The real weapon? I've got nothing. I know there had to have been a weapon there. I know what the real weapon is. Maybe if I think back on the trial thus far, I'll spot the clue I need.
Well, would the defense care to tell us what the real murder weapon is?
This is what really killed the High Priest. The statue! What really killed him has been at the inner sanctum all this time.
It really needs to be dulled down if somebody can kill themselves that easily on it. And its lethality has already been demonstrated by the late Acolyte Zealot. That's right. It was the Warbit statue. He hit himself in the face! Some of these beads don't like him!
You believe that the statue claimed both victims' lives?
Could you care to chime in, Abbot Inme?
No. He lies. Pay him no heed. Why,
Is it Belieb? Belieb! Hi! Are you here to confess your sins?
Lady Inme.
How did you fix that? That thing literally broke and hit you in the face so hard you fell to the ground. I was expecting like marks on your cheeks where the beads hit you.
Darling, don't you think this has gone on long enough?
Believe. No! Your Majesty, my wife knows nothing. Please, Abbot Inme, let your wife speak. Now, Lady Inme, please continue if you would.
It's that time again.
And what time would that be?
2:30 in the afternoon. The time my husband conducts his daily prayers. And the time Pere was slain.
Why do we have the Steel Samurai theme song going on?
That sound, it's
the Steel Samurai alarm.
I, too, like to pray at the same time as my dear husband. So, I set an alarm to remind me each day. I had no idea it would come to this.
No, stop. She knows not what she speaks.
Your Majesty, I am the one who slew Acolyte Zealot.
Did he pass out? I heard a thump.
But Inme, bailiff, summon a physician at once.
Think you forget that he's in Maya's body? I think you forgot he's currently just a spirit in someone else's body.
The physician is now attending to the high priest, so there is no need to fear. Now, let us continue.
And what about the half of him called Maya that's still among the living? Oh, please let that be dead. Miss Inme, please tell us everything you know.
The truth is, I am a rebel, just like my husband. This tragedy unfolded before the rite. During the Feast of Blessings, I had gone to the rebel hideout to prepare it for Dad's escape.
And that's when Acolyte Zealot suddenly appeared.
Yes. Pere was shocked when he saw me there.
Acolyte Zealot did not know you were a rebel?
I do not believe he did. I believe he was there simply to investigate the hideout.
Then he suddenly came face to face with Miss Inme. So, the true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira was Pere Zealot?
Yes. He was a member of the secret police, serving directly under the Minister of Justice.
The secret police?
And this is why he said to me, I can kill rebels with impunity. The Justice Minister has my back. He was using his position within the secret police to deal us rebels a heavy blow. But murder sanctioned by the crown is still murder.
Even without the DC Act, Rukin's insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Let's just say, I got a little trick up my sleeve. So I'd watch if I were you. Cause you got a defined attitude. Like one of them dragon dupes.
The trick up Mr. Inga's sleeve was Lady Kira. No, this can't be. My father would never. This must be a ball out of the blue for Reva. That explains why Acolyte Zela abandoned his real name. Yes. He even went as far as the covering of that tattoo that all Uranus clergy members receive. Lady Kira was a member of the secret police. That explains why no order was given to investigate her attacks. I guess I'm not alone hearing this for the first time. But this cannot be. Is this true? The Justice Minister is sanctioning state-sponsored murder?
Peace. No, Lady Inby, please continue.
Why is it only your voice that cracks? The ray suddenly lunged at me. That's when I pushed the sun's lamp toward him with all my might. But I never meant for what happened next to occur.
It was self-defense. Allow me to take it from here. It was,
Isn't that... I know we're in a different country, but isn't that, justified self-defense considering he was gonna murder her and it was an accidental death? Because she didn't realize how sharp the statue was? Dull the freaking statue's feathers!
Abbot Inby, are you sure you're alright now? I'm sorry you had to see that. But you need not worry about me. I'm already dead.
Please, we need to know what was so important that you would take your own life.
After I learned that my wife had accidentally slain Zealot, I chilled his body with snow to make it seem as if he died more recently than he did. Then, I later moved it to the Plaza of Devotion and inserted the dagger into his wound. The plaza was empty at that time, so it was before prayer time had started. Finally, I placed his body in the prayer pose, knowing that no one would notice anything was wrong until the rite had concluded. It is perfectly plausible that no one would disturb him if he seemed to be praying. We do treasure our prayer time, after all.
So you admit you tried to pin this crime on Mia Fey?
Yes, this was all my doing. I never told my wife of my plan, for surely she would have tried to stop me.
How did you get Miss Fey's fingerprints on the dagger?
I had her hold it while we were rehearsing the rite the day before, and right before the rite I hugged her with a sleeping agent. Then I put Lady Kira's robes over the Warbit statue.
That means he was probably already groggy by the time the rite started.
Finally, I ended my own life, to ensure that the crime would appear to have been done by Acolyte Faye's own hand. And when your body was discovered, Lady Kira's robes were on the ground. How did they end up there if they were on the statue? After I impaled myself on the statue's dagger like feathers, I used the last ounce of my strength to hurl my body backwards. And as I did, I grabbed onto the robes, taking them with me as I fell back onto the ground. How terrible! What possessed you to do such a thing?
You needn't have committed suicide simply to frame the accused.
Prosecutor Samadhi is one well versed in our kingdom's legal system. I would expect you of all people to understand.
Understand what? This kingdom's legal system. Miss Inmi's crime. Your suicide. It can't be. That'd be sadder than sad.
Why? believe the defense knows of what the High Priest speaks.
Yes. I finally understand. This explains why the High Priest took his own life.
Does it?
What? Oh, hi! You're awake! You want to get out of here? Okay, you're standing like right next to the door. 1 second, I gotta let the cat out. Bye-bye. She got in here before I started screaming and she was sleeping, so I just let her be. There you go.
Okay. This explains why he took his life.
Take that!
Think of this. Yeah, there we go. The Defense Culpability Act. Circumstantial evidence supports Miss Inme's killing of Acolyte Zealot in self-defense. However, it would be next to impossible to prove it without a lawyer. That's why the High Priest wanted to pin the crime on Maya Fey. I fail to see what that has to do with his suicide. In Huron, the divination seance is the most important piece of trial evidence. The High Priest wanted to frame Miss Fey as a serial killer. It was a clever plan in which he made sure he'd see Lady Kira in his final moments. The lawyer speaks true. That is why I placed Lady Kira's robes upon the morbid statue.
Oh, and it was all to save his wife!
I made it seem that Acolyte Fey was the rebel-hunting Lady Kira. But are you saying you used my divination seance to produce false evidence? Forgive me your benevolence, but it was the only way to help my lovely wife. If you had approached me first, I could have proved the murder was in self-defense. Perhaps. But I had little faith in lawyers, despite being a rebel. How utterly foolish to cast away one's life for such a reason. There must have been other ways to cover up the crime. Yet, had I done so, my wife would rush to my defense. When the case went to trial, she would suffer the same fate as I under the Defense Culpability Act. I could not have lived with myself had she been convicted because of that fiendish man. This cannot be. All I have done under the laws of our kingdom has all been... Poor Rafa. She's really taking this hard.
Her entire world's crumbling around her. She's realizing her father has created a secret police organization and has essentially hired the Lady Kira under his provision and given him permission to kill people and frame them. And she also learned that her divination seance, which she believed was the utmost truth, was being used against her as false evidence. Her entire world, her entire beliefs, everything is crashing in on her all at once. Of course she is taking this hard. Her entire world is being revealed to be nothing but a lie. I would imagine she is taking this hard.
I can't say I'm surprised. Oh, somebody brought Camo outside. No, he's barking again. I did not cause that. I know I didn't. He just barks when he's alone because of anxiety, but we can't keep him in the house. Mr. Phoenix right. It is time to show the might of your legal prowess. You mustn't allow another innocent soul to be charged under that despicable law. Of course, I'll do whatever I can. What I have done to you and Acolyte Faye is unforgivable. I can only offer my utmost humble of apologies. Your Majesty.
Yes.
You know what? Oh. What he was doing was a good...
Yeah, we're getting rid of Maya. I was so hoping I wasn't going to be involved in this.
I ask that you please look after my wife.
You have my word.
Your benevolence It is time that I return to the Twilight Realm. The Makatama parting, if you please.
Very well.
Who's holding?
Your benevolence. Please, allow me the honor. Yes. It would be more fitting for you to send him on his way.
Miss Inmi.
Darling, I am so glad I was able to see you one last time. Thank you for everything.
Oh, thank you for putting the shirt back on. I did not want to see her naked.
I'm sorry to leave you like this, my love.
But now, you can watch over me from the world beyond.
Yes, always and forever.
And with every breath I take, my darling, I'll be thinking of you.
Oh, this is so sad. Ah! I'm gonna cry. They truly do love each other. Oh my gosh. Oh, now she is crying. I don't have a crying emotion.
Farewell, my darling, to rest.
Oh, hi. Where you been? Please tell me your bones are broken.
The High Priest has returned to the Twilight Realm.
Maya!
I feel great! I guess that means you didn't leave any regrets behind. Oh! But what about the trial, Nick?
It's over. It was a sad reality born of love, and a great tragedy born of the Defense Culpability Act. Much like a Shakespearean play. This is a Shakespearean play right now.
Well, I see no need to continue this trial. Does the prosecution have anything to say?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I owe a debt to you. One that I will pay back in court someday.
Now, to deliver today's verdict and overturn that of yesterday's trial. With respect to all current and previous charges against them, I hereby declare the accused Maya Fey and her defense Phoenix Wright
Not guilty! Yes! Haha! Take that, you corrupt legal system. What is going on? I don't remember this. Did this happen before? I do not remember. Oh, I was right! It's an open ceiling. That's how the butterflies get in. Okay. The souls are leaving the pool, though. I hope that's okay. It's no longer a pool of souls. May 12th, 4:20 p.m. High Court of Kirin. Accused lobby.
So, I was thinking, Nick.
No, I'm not buying you anything. I'm dunking your head and drowning you in that fishbowl now.
The legal system here is really stacked against the defense. It's totally unfair.
So is my dependence on you. Yeah, and even forced the High Priest to make the ultimate sacrifice just to protect his wife.
It's just so sad.
Protect the status quo, or join the revolution. With the real Lady Kira over here, I wonder which side she would take. Hi. How are you? How do you feel about everything you've been raised to believe being a lie? Your benevolence.
Huh? What?
I was, just wondering. Are you alright?
Quiet, you. How can I possibly be alright?
Yeah, she's not doing well at all. Who do you think you are? Suddenly appearing before me, trampling my insides underfoot, and plunging the whole of justice into utter chaos! You even desecrate my mother and father's teachings, you soulless infidel!
Oof, that was a bit more extreme than usual.
What am I to do? I had always believed that communing with the victim's Madama would lead me to the absolute truth. But each time you overturned my insights, it was revealed that they were served to support false charges, rather than the truth. I am left now with that heavy truth in my heart.
I'm sorry, Retha.
Perhaps I am not worthy of hearing the voices of the Manima.
Who's saying that? That is where you're wrong, your benevolence.
What?
Oh, it's you.
That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. What?
Maya?
How dare you? Your role is to bring forth the voices of the Manima into our world. If you don't do it, who will? You know nothing, Mega Fae.
She knows more than you, sadly.
Can you please execute her, please? It was spirit channeling, not a divination seance that brought the truth to light. How dare an outsider like you employ the Queen's secret act? But what can I do? My spiritual power does not even approach yours. Is it not a cruel joke? The royal priestess, bested by a lonely outsider.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Why not? It is worth at least a laugh or two. You shouldn't talk like that! Huh? Listen, your benevolence. You were just fulfilling your duty, weren't you? And you're the only one capable of performing the divination seance, right? The situation of Royal Priestess is not something to abandon lightly. The station of Royal Priestess? The people of your kingdom believe in you. And if you really mean all that you just said, then what are they supposed to believe in? You know not of what you speak! Actually, I kinda do. After all, I'm only here training so I can become the master of my village back home. Village master, you say? I did not know. It seems I owe you an apology. For even today, I called you a neophyte practitioner. It's alright, your benevolence. Thank you for finally acknowledging me.
A future queen and a future village master? I guess it shouldn't be a surprise, considering they may have had a common ancestor. Maya's right, your benevolence.
Barbed head.
Your insights were a crucial piece of evidence in this last trial. It doesn't matter if they weren't always 100% accurate. You should be proud of what you did. You've played an important role in assuring that justice was served. Besides, your insights aren't the problem here. It's your kingdom's legal system. Without lawyers, your insights have come to be accepted as the sole truth. And the Defense Culpability Act, which gave rise to that, is the root of it all.
But that is the dangerous thinking of a rebel! Your benevolence. As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. Most importantly, what role you must play therein.
Have you been reading books, Maya? I didn't know you could read.
I wonder if I'm even up to the task. Knowing you, your benevolence, you're more than capable.
I've never heard Maya talk like this before. She's really come a long way. Or she just read a book for once in her life. What was that? What was that? What was that? Why was the explosion? 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 It came from the hallway. Smoke! We better go check it out! Hurry!
Miss Inme. Mr. Wright, Acolyte Faye, I am so sorry for what transpired. You were almost sentenced to death because of me.
But what was the explosion, lady? What are you doing? What is that?
I will make amends by picking up where my husband left off. I will see the revolution through, so nothing like this can ever happen again. For that is the death of my love to my dearly departed husband. She just became more...
Okay. Lady Emmy, we gotta hurry. Oh, look, Larry. That voice. Is that Mr. Arbol? Yeah, it's Larry.
I must tell the people. They must learn that the peace we enjoy is a false one. One built on the backs of innocents charged with false crimes, under the odious DC Act. We have it in our power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly.
Hi, Larry. Ooh. Hey there, PW. I wish we had more time to talk, but... Daruk, everything's ready. It's good. It's go time. Daruk? Daruk? Daruk! Hey! What happened to your eye? The last thing I saw was a picture of you and somebody Apollo. Hi! Wait, was that the rebel leader Daruk? Explosions! After him! Don't let him get away! What is going on? The revolution has begun! The power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly. It's the start of a legal revolution. It's the start of a full-on civil war right now. I hear explosions. It's not a peaceful one. How are you still standing here?
Hey, Nick. Hate to bother you while you're lost in thought.
I feel like we should be running away from the explosions. Why are we just standing here since the explosions are coming from the hallway? And not to mention, the revolution leader just walked past us casually, not saying a word, too.
I just got this great idea.
Drowning yourself in that fishbowl? Yeah, I agree. Do it. What is it?
The Steel Samurai versus the Rebel Daruk. I bet it'd make for an awesome TV show.
Okay, come on, no struggling. We're putting you in the fishbowl. I'm gonna stuff your entire body in. Oh my gosh, you are. There's literally explosions and a literal revolution is happening. There is smoke coming out of the hallway. There's people running around screaming. The guards have their guns out ready to fire. We just saw the friggin' revolution leader go past us. And you're talking about making a TV show? You absolute psychopath. Did my Wi-Fi cut out? Gosh dang it, 1 second. But why are you more invested in a TV show in the literal bombs that are going off in the hallway over there? There's like fire and smoke, people running, there's rubble everywhere. Why are you more concerned about a TV show?
And if we threw the Plume Punisher in there, everyone would get nuts over it.
I'm going nuts right now just listening to you. You are hurting my brain. Please just go jump into an explosion for me. Be useful, please. Why are you thinking of that? We are in the middle of a revolution at this very moment. I'll never get what she sees in those shows. How are you not concerned either? It's good to know that no matter what happens, Maya will always be Maya. And I wish she wasn't. I wish she would just leave! We are in the middle of a war right now. Why are you concerned about TV? We're at the end of it. Frick you, Maya. I was hoping you died, but you didn't. Yes, I'm gonna save. Okay. Turnabout Storyteller is the next one. But we will pick that up next time. I've had enough Maya to last me a lifetime. Okay. I wish Maya died. That's how I rate it. Story-wise, it's like I'd say about a 9 out of 10. I already knew that belief had something to do with it, but it's really good. There was literally betrayal, there was love. It played out, the tragedy and the comedy of it really played out like a freaking Shakespearean play. I am not kidding when I say that. But I'm done with dealing with Maya. The next one, thankfully, doesn't seem to have Maya. I'm looking at the little image down there. It doesn't have Maya in it. We're back in America, Japan place. So I'm happy with that.